Right, going live. Yo, hey there, it's Lee Sham, nonetheless. Come box with Sham. Lee, I know. I will. Oi, I'm so ill. Thanks for the super chat. I've got a fever. I'm literally dripping wet with my fucking sweat. It's really bad. I've had these running temperatures for the last week and a half. Like, if I didn't just wipe, can you see how wet my face is? It's literally wet. My body, if I take off the super chat, wet. Super fever. Thanks, Lee. Oh, all right. Let me get my book. I thought, do you know what? My co-host, Fight Fan Figures, is not feeling well, as you can see. So he's not here today. So I thought, I'm not feeling the greatest. But do you know what? I'll do what I can do. I feel we need to chop it up in the world of boxing. So that's what we're going to do. Wait for you lot to chime in, because there's been some things that I want to talk about with my sick self. But it's all good. Guys, could you see? So what I want to touch on, we will be talking about Tank, Barrios, Floyd, Loma, Nakatani, Wilder, Fury, Leonard Ellaby, DAZN, Canelo, Ontario. So let's see. I'll just put the link in the chat, because my host of Co is not here. UGC Flame Fuego, mi hermano. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Todo bien? I'll just be talking Spanish to you. UGC Flame. I don't know. When I see people's names, it makes me say them the way that I think they're supposed to be said. Iceman, there you are. I haven't seen you for a while, my brother. I know you said to me you've been working a lot. I appreciate you coming through, like a million. Woo. Shani is, guys, I can't even explain. I can't believe how this fever. You give me fever in the morning, fever all through the night. Fever. Yeah. I don't know why I want to say a name like that, but that's it. UGC Flame. That's what it is. But feel free to join the panel. The link is in there. It's free for all. We're going to talk about these topics, though. So we keep the show structured, but we're going to talk about these topics. So how am I doing? Khan, I know how to say your name before. Khan O'Connor, out of Ireland. I'm good, my brother. So hang on, let me get a little bit of a banner, shall I? A banner. There I go. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. So, right. What I want to talk about is where we're going to start from. We're going to start from this statue. I think this is where we're going to start from. It's caused a load of contention. It's caused a load of problems. The Deontay Wilder and the Tyson Fury statue and this whole debacle, we're going to just unfold and unpack. Right. When I first saw this statue, and I've been having back and forths with people in my comments, you guys know that I bang on Wilder because he deserves to get banged on. But where I did show some empathy and even some sympathy, but I can see it on both sides, though. So let me finish, because I can see it on both sides. Is that one, nobody wants a statue. I had no problem with the first statue. You know, the statue when it looks like, it's taken from the clip where it looks like Wilder is falling back. Okay, that's a shot from the actual fight. Got it, get it, got it. All right. Why are you making a statue now anyway? Like that fight You're memorializing that fight that happened last year. You're saying that Wilder rates shit. 1 minute he's the hardest punching, or he's he's the baddest man on the planet. Why didn't you actually make this a memorialization of you beating Klitschko? Wasn't that a bigger feat? 10-year reigning champ when you dethroned him, wasn't that a bigger feat to you? Like, if you're saying that, Jorge Linares, it was a task. Trust me, we may get onto that. So now you want to do provocation and stuff like that. But I can see it on both sides, because Wildo's trash talk a load of conspiracy theories, and maybe, whoever the guy that does these ornaments and these statues, he's a well-known Old English bronze sculpture, bronze, gold, whatever you want it in. He's done a lot of memorials around the UK and iconic stuff like that. So for I don't know who commissioned this. At first, it was said that it was going to go into the UK Hall of Fame. I don't know if that to be true now. But anyway, so where I did have a problem with was the second statue. Now, I'll tell you why I had a problem with the second statue. Stay with me, guys. Stay with me, because we don't do the race baiting, of which I think Wilder has started and his fans have made kind of a career on it. But it's almost kind of backfired and bit him in the arse. But, what you do, what you put out comes back. So basically, the statue of him lying down, and then with Ricky Hatton or whatever hovering above it and all of that, and I think they're getting the Tyson Fury hovering above it. If you look, I studied, Black history, and obviously being black, in case you didn't get the memo, but studying Black history and looking at old slavery pictures, there was pictures that were very similar to that picture of the slave master, usually, not always, usually with a whip standing above the slave in that similar or same position. So for me, I thought it had gone a step too far. First statue, fine. Second statue, no bueno para mí, see? So that's where I pulled up. So I did my little report. Everybody's going wild. Everyone's going mad. You race baiter. Like I'm not, like, what, how can people be offended of when someone's offended? Like secondary offense. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, so I don't know who commissioned that. I wasn't down for it, though. I think it's unnecessary. I think it just causes tension on all sides. You've seen it in... Thank you, Khan. You've seen it. You've seen it in your history books that you read. Exactly what I'm describing. So, Khan is a white guy from Ireland. So, I can't be lying, can I? So you guys, you can look it up yourselves. So that's why I had a problem with it. And I had to block people that were decent subscribers who I thought that literally turned on me and told me that I'm a race baiter, I'm a fool, get these foolish things out of your head. And there you got Khan that's seen the same picture or pictures as me. So I thought it's gone a step too far. Race relations in... Link is not working. Are you coming in? Are you coming in? Are you coming in? Are you coming in? There you go. That should work. Let me know, Lee. Race relations are already at an all-time low. Yeah, an all-time low of basically what's happening with Black US and Black UK. For some reason, Black US call Black people here less black. Don't know, never got it. Grew up in America, as you guys are well and know. But, don't know. But anyway, so I don't understand why this was put out now. There was no reason for it to be put out now. There was just none. It just didn't need to be. It just didn't need to happen. I was shown these books. Hang on. Funny thing is, I was shown these books by a white man. So make of that as you will. Yeah, did you know what I mean? Knowledge is knowledge. At the end of the day, facts are facts, no matter who delivers them. If the facts are fact. If I deliver you 2 + 2, making 4, and then a white person comes to you and says you 2 + 2 is 4, it's a fact. Doesn't matter who's delivered it. We've both come with the facts. So, of course, I'm glad you've chimed in and said that. But yeah, it's just ruffled people's feathers. It's just ruffled relationships. And hi, Sammy. And it just didn't need to happen in my humble opinion, guys, at all. I don't know about in yours opinions, but in my humble opinion, it didn't need to happen. So yeah, that's where we are with that, to be honest. We will be, I don't know, I think Fight Fan Figures is, does anybody else want to say something about that statue? What was you lot's general opinion? Let me ask you lot's general opinion. What was your general opinion on it? Tell me. Tell me. Oh, there's my Ben. Man down. Ben, I've been having problems with these. With them. They was on my ass for me saying I didn't like the statue. On my ass, Ben. I know you always got me. I always say, you know, easy, but you know, I always say there's a couple of members now that are good to me, you know, a good couple, so they know who they are. And Ben, you was one of them from day whiz on. Okay, let me just see what you guys' opinions is on it, because we don't want to Fight Fans, is that all right for you? Let me see what Fight Fans. Let's see. Oh, sorry, I didn't see it. Fights. Hang on, guys. Hang on. Okay, so just tell me you guys' points of view and opinions. Okay. Right. So, ain't it? Hang on. I don't understand. One sec. Let me give it to you like this. That's maybe something on your behalf. One sec. No, you should just be able to transfer it straight to your I'll email it to you and try that again. I'll try and email it to you. Guys, hang on. It is okay. Well, I'm emailing it to you. One sec, guys. Sorry, short interval. Oh, giving me fever in the morning, fever all through the night, fever all through the night. You give me fever. Because I've got fevers. I've been having a fever. I've been having fevers. There, I've emailed it to you. I don't know if guys, if you just all right. So now I'm seeing are you guys having problems with anyone trying to get on with the ring. So let's go now. So let's go, because we're gonna see some trolls come through, and you lot are gonna Sammy, yeah, we got you man down for life. Called that. Okay, yeah, okay. Sammy, let's stick to the topic. I'm introducing. I don't know. Doesn't look like that. Don't look like that's introducing. That was semi-introducing. I can't see any. Oh yeah. I'm introducing. Introducing. Introducing the Fight Figure. Why aren't you in here?
Bang, bang.
You are not in here. Have you got your camera working?
I'm here.
There you are.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, been a minute.
That's where you are. What happened? You were supposed to be taking some rest because you're not well.
I know.
What happened?
No,
I can't hear you.
Can't you hear me?
Muted.
I can't be muted. No, what's going on?
If you've got your microphone in, you might have to just take it out.
No, I'm taking it out. I'm not even got the microphone.
You are muted, son. I'll just read some of the thingies. Device is not connected. Yeah, Lee, saying device not connected. Okay, so let's go down with what you guys are saying about this Fury Wilder statue. Sammy, we're staying on topic bit by bit, please. We're not going to jump around. Okay. Okay, why isn't this showing? Not racist, just a wind up. Okay, so now that you heard what I explained as a black person about the second statue, what's your thoughts on that, of what I've told you and what you've seen? I think it's Kane or Khan explaining that he's seen pictures in about slavery, similar pictures. Let me know. Tell me what you think.
Might check.
I don't know what's happening.
You can't hear
Leon's
me?
coming to crash me. No, I've got a black square in front of my face now. I don't know what's happened. I think it might just be my lack. I can't hear you, Leon.
Chat gang, can you hear me?
There's no sound for you. You're mute. Are you muted? Have you got your microphone plugged in?
No microphone. No.
Bruv.
Okay.
Go out, come back again. I have no clue. Something that there's a setting that you ain't put it on. Do the check. Do the mic test check. Anyway, so. Oh, you can hear him. Can you guys hear him? I can't hear him though. Lee, they can hear you. Must be me. Let Leon come back in and then I'll drop out and let him speak and we're going to touch it. Could be me then because I can't hear him. You guys can hear me. So you could hear him. That's weird. That is weird. My laptop, yeah, because it's dying. It wants to die. I'll have to come out. No, it's not. You're lucky they can hear you, Lee. I can't cope. We're having loads of thingies. Anyway, so it's not racist. It's just a wind up. Okay, that's what you're saying. Fury should know, coming from a minority community. Yeah. I thought they were just trolling Wilder, but I can see how you perceive it that way. Yeah. Okay. I thought it was just a laugh taking the piss out of him. Harry Travolta. Lady Chan with I salute to you. I don't think it's right, but they are defo trying to get under Wilder's skin. Here's I can hear you.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on. They could all hear you. It was just me that couldn't. Damn.
No, it's the first time I've ever tried the link through the YouTube chat. So maybe I need to set something.
No, it usually does just connect straight up, but never know. So why are you here when you're supposed to be resting?
I know. I couldn't resist. I've just been so eager to get back on the show. So
you're supposed to have a rest, didn't you? I was like, I've got to do the show, no doubt. I have to do it.
That's the thing. I was awake, so I'd either be lying here watching it. So I might as well.
Yeah. So you just like, may as well be on it, innit? Yeah, I know. So with the statue, we're going down. What do you think about this statue? Because I think me and you talked about this a
Yeah.
little bit earlier today or yesterday.
Initially, I said to you, I didn't see any issue with it, but I only saw like the first statue. Because when I saw the one of him lying on the floor, I was like, okay, yeah, that's kind of exactly what you were describing. I just
Hang
think
on, pause. Can you guys hear me? Because I've seen someone say now we can't hear you. Can you hear me, guys? I'm sure they can. Go on, Lee.
yeah, so only when I saw the second statue, it did look like something from those old books that were detailing slavery. But I just think they're just joining in with the race baiting. I don't know why, because the race baiting was usually done from the LDBC side, and it was the Fury fans that were paying for the tickets. It was them that was chanting his singing Sweet Caroline in the show. So I don't know why they're trying to do it, but it's just a silly ploy that they're doing. And I think I even said to you, the guy that made the statue, or whoever it was, there was some guy in the background. And like I said, I think I used the words, he had that universal racist look. He just looked like
the guy that was in the blue shirt.
It was the goatee with the thick bell tie.
Hair, shirt up like that, like
he just looked like a classic. If you're gonna take a picture,
he just needed the Harley Davidson sometimes when it used to be back in those kind of days. It looked a bit globally racial, and he was taking a picture with the statue. And I think, where do you think Ricky Hatton's part plays in this catastrophe? Do you think Ricky Hatton just getting back because they said that Ricky Hatton helped Fury to cheat by pulling up? You could see him pulling back up his gloves or pulling down the gloves. No, pulling down the gloves, they said, in the middle of the fight, which is silly.
I think Natasha Jonas said it perfectly. It's like when you go to the theme parks and you have the signs, if you're pregnant, if you're below 2 meters, but when you know that you don't fit that criteria, you just ignore it. And I think Ricky Hatton.
Halt, Leon. See, these are the people. So, James, let me ask you a question, matey. Did I explain to you of what the second statue symbolizes? I just want you to reply in the chat, yes or no. Did I explain to you? Yeah, I explained. So, what you're not going to do on your best little fucking day, James Jameson, if I tell you that I'm fucking offended, yeah? If I'm fucking... No, it was a universal racist look. The look that is deemed as what we've seen as skinheads or whatever. That's what we're trying to say. Adolf Hitler, those types of S looks. So if I tell you... Oh, okay, so you never heard that bit. So before you jump in, yeah, and run your mouth, because this is what you do not like to do. Run your mouth. You don't like to tell when people should be offended and not be offended. And you get offended when you get secondary offended from a primary offense. If I'm, as a black person, feel offended by any black racial issue, any non-black person has no business or right to tell me I shouldn't be offended. If I look into a book and there's something that says, burn the N-words, this is what we did in the 1900s, and I say, wow, I feel so sad and offended for my... And then you hear me say that and you tell me, oh, stop the nonsense, that was ages ago. I'll hunt you down and I'll gouge your eyes out, and I'll gouge everybody in your family lineage, and I'll let you know about primal animalistic instincts, and I'll show you what my offense will lead to. So if I was you, I would be quiet, because on the second statue, right? On the second statue, there's a picture of Ricky Hatton and they've got Tyson Fury standing over Deontay Wilder lying down. And there are pictures with the slave master in those same in that same mock-up, because that's how the slave master used to stand above his slave, usually with a whip in hand or over the slave while the slave would cower on the floor or be fallen back on the floor, just like how it was. So the first statue I said I had no problem with Fury and Wilder just kind of falling back. But why have to do the second tattoo with that? And this is what offended me. So now, if you're going to press the matter, now do you get what I've said and why I've said it? But in future, don't come, and if you don't know everything and you've just joined the conversation, you ask where you are, or you ask the chat where you are in the conversation.
James,
Fuck off. James, suck your ugly mother, yeah? And I don't even think, like, the things that I could say to you, they would shut down my YouTube. But when you go home, I hope you have a lovely surprise. There's going to be a lot of slow singing and flower bringing, if you know what I mean. So, James, you can fuck off and you're off. This is what I'm saying. So you're blocked. You're not even in timeout, you loser. Suck your mum.
Look.
And these are the racial undertones that we have to deal with of being black people in the UK. I'm telling you this now. It's not as bad as America, where it's covert here. But I'm not going to stand for something. If I tell you about something that is near and dear to me and you tell me, oh, just fuck off. James, just go on, Lee. This is why these conversations have to happen. Because
no, it's interesting.
Always like these sets of people.
No, it is interesting because even his comment when he said he thought that I was saying the term universally racist look was racist itself. And it really got me thinking. And I'm like, well,
it's not racist.
To me, that is, if they were casting a character to play a white racist man.
Of what we've seen in history.
In the vast majority of
what we've seen in history.
It was if they want to call that racist, fair enough. If they want to get offended by it, fair enough. Like you said, everyone does have the right to get offended. I just don't understand why people get offended by other people being offended. If you take something, me and you had a discussion about the weather the other day. It's like if you see one thing one way, I see another. So what? Do you get what I mean? People are allowed to have their difference of opinions. It's why is it? Like I said to you, it's like there's always an attempt to try and say like we're being racist when we're trying to point out something that we've seen has racial undertones. I don't understand
this is what systemic racism is. They try to, because they feel so uncomfortable for what had happened. When you just merely mention anything about Black history, people that are of demonic entity, because they've still got that malice in their heart, they start to feel uncomfortable when they shouldn't. When they should just identify. I don't need to be Jewish to identify that the Holocaust was fucking wrong. If a Jewish person said that's anti-Semitic, somebody do or anti-Islamophobic, yeah, and I was like, no, man, shut up, it's all right. How can you have someone? How I don't understand what type of country we live in. Do you not? Anybody, I'm telling you lot this now, I don't care about suburbs, yeah? Anyone that don't like it. Anyone that don't like any form of issues all across the board. Because we must identify with gypsy issues. We must identify with everybody else's issues. Because remember, a gypsy is your favorite fighter. So we have to be forced down our throats that there's nothing wrong with Tyson Fury. But the minute we mention about we feeling disrespected in any scheme, any angle or range about a fucking statue that looks like that you can clearly see in fucking history books, yeah, of slave master and a slave, and you want to test me on it, unsub now, because I don't need your subscriptions. at all. Unsub now. That's
It's
all
like,
I'm saying. And don't come back. And I don't want to see no fucking feisty comments in my YouTube, because it will bring out the devil in me and there'll be stuff that you won't like. I warned you.
but this is the thing. We are open to a discussion. The guy, George Adenares, said, that's why I can't say anything. I'm not black. Personally, I think it was them trolling Wilder right before the fight, but I'm not going to tell a black woman how to feel. And that point, I understand. He's saying he don't think it's racist. He just thinks they're just trolling Wilder, but he's not going to take an objection because you see it that way. And it's like, what's wrong with that? I don't understand. Why would there be an objection to you seeing it one way? If you as a woman experience something that I as a man don't understand, I can't I can be like, well, I don't see it. To be honest, I'm a man, but I can't take offense because you receive something a different way. There is an open discussion. Even what Larry Merchant has said here, is Wilder racist? I don't think Wilder is racist, and I personally don't think Wilder cares about black people. I think he just says this stuff just to try and sell tickets.
I think Wilder is racist.
I don't think he is.
What? No, it don't. No, it doesn't make sense. Wilder can't be racist if everybody on his team is white.
Racist.
He's racist against black people.
I don't think he's racist.
A black person that's racist against another black person. That's what I don't get with him.
I think he's rich enough to not care and know that him and his people are okay, and he's going to work with the people that's going to make him the most money or do the best for him. You know, he don't care. That look at the guys that made his costume. He calls them regularly. He phoned them a couple of days or so after. They said he phoned them a couple of days after the fight loss. Like, you know, after taking that beating, the people you're speaking to are people you care about, people that are close, if not in your circle, close to your circle. You know, so I don't think he is racist. I don't think he cares about black people. I think he cares about himself and his people. But everybody else, he'll happily go along with the narrative. And I just think it is. They're just somehow using it just to stir up interest. And it's working.
It's working. To use the race thing as a selling point, which is disgusting on many sides. Just ridiculous. It's a topic that I just thought, guys, I'd just open the show with it, say my piece on it, and then, you know, keep it moving on it. But yeah, I wanted to see fight fans point in this. All right, so moving along swiftly. Right, so shall we talk about Wilder calling Dillian Whyte gay? Because I've got this on my notes. How does that work now? How does this work?
I personally think that at the end of the day, come on, when it comes to trash talk, Dillian Whyte, he bangs, man. Like, Dillian Whyte said a lot more to Wilder than Wilder said. He's just bitten back. And he's just bitten back with the wrong thing. Because of all these twerking videos, you're just sounding a bit hypocritical, calling Dillian Whyte gay. And it just leaves it open to that. Because it's like, I can't take that comment seriously after watching a man twerk like often and expertly.
Now we're going to offend all the what? See, you see, when you don't rock with Wilder or Fury, I get it from both angles. Like, when I'm banging on Wilder, all the Fury fans are like, yeah. When I bang on Fury, all the Wilder fans are like, yeah. It's like, but I just stand my ground. I can't be fake. But go ahead.
Yeah, it's just that it's just hard to take that accusation seriously.
Yeah.
From him. You know, it really is hard.
Do you think it's because he is ducking? He's ducking Dillian Whyte, because I hear people talking about, oh, Wilder doesn't duck people. Wilder fights only the best. So do you think there's an element, or boxers aren't afraid to fight boxers? Who was the boxer that quit on the stool of Mike Tyson? I think even before the fight started, and they was like, nope, no way, no how. When they saw Mike, I can't remember, but that did happen. I don't care what anybody says. I think you've got to have a natural amount of fear to fight someone. course you've got. That's the only reason why you fight. It's fight or flight. Like, you've got to have that amount of nervousness, that dis-ease to be able to fight someone. Surely.
What I will say is this: I do not think Deontay Wilder is scared of Dillian White. I don't think that's it. I personally think it doesn't make financial sense to have the fight. Plus, Dillian White is such a wind-up. He just dislikes him to the point where he doesn't want to give him a payday by fighting him. I think Wilder's got better opportunities elsewhere within his own promotional company. So he doesn't have to, as he says it, give Dillian White an opportunity. The only way Dillian White could do is if he forced a mandatory. But Deontay Wilder has no doubt avoided Dillian White because he said he would. He said he could freeze him out for 2 years. And I think he's lived up to his word. I think he's gone up to 4 years. He's been frozen out. So, yes, he has avoided him, but no, I don't think he's scared of him at all. I think he will look at Dillian White. He will look at his balance. He will think, and Dillian White gets hit clean. And he will think, if I hit him clean, he's going to drop. Especially after.
So are you not scared? So if you avoid someone, how does it mean that you're not scared of them if you avoid them?
Shan,
you don't avoid things that you're not dubious or
I avoid public transport. I'm not scared of it. It's just that I will do
public transport. It doesn't do anything towards your mentality, meaning it's nobody throwing shots. No one's throwing shots at you. There's fights that you'd had in school that you had to have them because you didn't want to look like you was a dickhead. But you still had some form of nerves or fear.
He wouldn't vacate the belt to not fight Dillian if it was his mandatory. I think he would fight him, but Dillian's going to have to force it to be a mandatory.
No, I don't think he's like gonna throw his belt away. About he's worked so hard to get, but. Zone. Big up Coach K in the building. You're right, Coach. Yeah. Smash the like button, guys, for the I, please. This is my guy. Coach, can you not come on the panel and say anything? Do you want to? I'll put the link on because Coach is Lee. I don't know if have you ever been on Coach K's channel? He's a coach in basketball, talks about obviously boxing. When I first came through and in this boxing thing, I was introduced to Coach straight away, and he's always been there. You're right, Coach. But no, but what I'm saying, Lee, I don't think Wilder would throw the belts in the bin, but I do think that he's dubious. Introducing the Shelton Mizzle.
What's up, y'all?
What's up, King? Sup?
How y'all doing?
How was the fight?
Lee, what's happening?
I'm good, man. How was the fight?
Man, it was excellent, man. Great card. Great night of fights. Great venue. I have to retract a lot of the shit that I said about Tank Davis.
Okay.
He sold that shit out.
Okay.
He sold that shit out, man. Look,
I should have betted you.
By the time the Lubin fight, when the Lubin fight was starting, I looked at DJ, I looked at Kyle, I looked at Santos. I was like, hey, man, we just debunked this shit that Tank's a pay-per-view star because this place is half-ass empty.
He's always been
I'm going to tell you, by the time that Lubin fight was over, it was standing room only.
Ram.
Okay.
It was standing room only. He sold that place out.
Yeah,
I got to give it to him.
I told you that Barrios was getting stopped.
Well, Barrios got stopped. I was wrong. Tank proved to me that he's a way better fighter than I gave him credit for. I'll admit that.
Really?
He's a way better fighter than I gave him credit for. Because Barrios did not come to lay down. Barrios was working the jab.
Yeah.
He was catching Tank with some shots.
He was up
but
on
Tank's got great head movement. Tank was stalking him. What changed the fight in the 6th round? Barrios hit Tank with a flush, straight right.
Remember, Lee?
Tank bounced off the ropes and came forward. And that was it. The fight was over at that point.
Bounced off the ropes.
Because he couldn't hurt Tank. And Tank just walked him down and got him out of there.
That's what.
I have to give it to him.
If those ropes wasn't there, Shelton, Tank would have got dropped.
Well, that should count as a knockdown then. If the ropes keep you up.
If them ropes weren't there, Shelton's in and out. If them ropes weren't there, Tank would have got dropped. But anyway, Shelton, I think it's his reception. I can see. So, there he is. Damn, what's happened? The screen's fucked up.
Is my connection better? I'm on the freeway. That's probably what it is.
It's fine. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Tank's way better than I thought he was.
Was it worth it?
Oh, yeah. It was worth every penny. The card was fire. The undercards, all the fights were fire. Lubin is a monster.
How much are the tickets going for?
Hit me for both tickets. They hit me for $550 each.
Okay.
For me and my daughter.
What? For 2 tickets for $550 each ticket.
$550 each ticket, so $1,100.
Damn.
But it was worth it though. It was worth it. The experience. She had a great time. I'm going to pick her up from the airport right now. As a matter of fact, she stayed an extra day, so I gotta go pick her up.
What was the experience? What happened? What did the ticket get you? Was there entertainment before the fight?
Say that again, Lee.
What did you said the experience? Was it just the fight, or was there things happening before the fight?
The whole atmosphere, I think, isn't it?
Did they have any music performance?
My connection is bad. You have to say that one more time.
He's saying, what was so good about it? Was there entertainment there, or was it just like the whole experience?
Okay, is it better now, Shan? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us? It's a bit bad. No, we can't hear you, Shel. You're in and out.
I don't know what's up with this connection, y'all. This is the first time I had.
You're pausing. That's what it is, and going robotic.
This is the first time I had these issues. It's a bad connection, but it was a great experience. Great night of fights.
Yeah.
I don't know about pay-per-view star, but Tank is a star because he brought the stars out. I'll give him that.
Well, if people are happy to spend $500 on the ticket to fight him, I think.
Oh yeah. I got a better connection now. Yeah, they were happy. Everybody was happy, man. It was a great evening. It was great, man. It was worth it. The fights made it worth it. Huh?
Who did you meet there from the boxing world? Who did you get to talk to?
I met Boots. I met Rosario. I met Lubin. I met
they're big guys.
Yeah, they're huge. I don't know how the fuck Boots makes. I don't know how Boots makes 147. Boots had to be about 175 Saturday night, and he's solid and he's big. He's big. I'm 5'9", 8 towers. He's about 6 feet tall. He's a big guy. I have no idea how he makes 147.
Weight training.
They better fight him now. All you guys at 147, if you're listening, you better fight him now. If you don't fight him now, in a year or two, he's gonna beat your ass.
He's gonna be too good. Yeah.
That dude is a monster.
Really?
He can fight at 68. He can fight at 68. I'm telling you that now. He can fight at 68.
What? Is it because there's more money?
Yes, of course. You know that.
Fighting for a Mickey Mouse belt.
You know that.
That's the only thing. What
now
do you
his
think?
father, I'm gonna give you some insight now. I'm gonna give you some insight. I don't know if I should do it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Fuck it. His father said they in talks to fight Ugas.
Who? Tank?
No, Boots.
Boots. And what did they do? Turn it down?
No, they in talks.
Oh, they're in talks. I thought he's really. Who would you call?
Yeah, they're in talks to fight Ugas. They're in talks.
Boots would beat Ugas.
I think so. But they're in talks. I mean, Ugas needs to fight. He still has the belt. He needs to fight.
Which belt does he have?
The WBA super.
Ugas has got the. He's been elevated. He's got the super. Remember when Manny Pacquiao?
Yeah, they didn't give it to Pacquiao. They didn't give it to him.
They elevated Ugas.
Boots is ready for a world title fight now.
Yeah, he's ready.
A little too
he got
far?
27 fights. Hey,
a little too far.
He'll beat him.
Guess who else got 27 fights? Errol Spence.
How many fights has he got? 20. How many fights has Boots got under his belt?
Say again?
How many fights has Boots got under his belt?
27.
He's 27. Wow. Okay. Well, he's
27 fights.
He's well established.
27 fights.
He got
the same amount of fights as Errol Spence.
Yeah.
He got the same amount of fights as Errol Spence. So I don't know why people saying he's not ready.
I didn't know it was that amount. I thought he was in the teens.
Yeah, 27 fights.
Wow. Do you know what we was talking about, Shelton? I don't know if did you see the news about Wilder calling Dillian Whyte? We're just touching on subjects. So we want to just, where did you think, because we was talking about, so Wilder calling out Dillian Whyte saying that he's gay again, right? But I was saying to Leon that I think some fighters are scared to fight other fighters. And I think you said you don't think so, and Leon doesn't think so, but I do think so, that some fighters. So do you think that, okay, so forget that Tank, he doesn't seem scared to fight anybody, but this is all the talk, but he's not allowed to fight anybody. So what I was watching, on the TV, because I was doing live commentary, I was not that happy with Floyd overpowering what's Tank's trainer called again?
Calvin Ford.
Yeah. So, but what I'm hearing is that Calvin didn't mind, was absolutely asking Floyd to come in. I don't know if you saw any of that. I don't know if you gauged that being live.
Yes, I saw that. I didn't like it at first. I'm saying Ford is the trainer. Why is Floyd on the apron giving Tank instructions? From the looks didn't look right. But when you actually think about it, how could you not listen to Floyd? Yeah, if anybody knows anything about boxing, it's Floyd. So how can you not listen to him? But the optics are bad because Calvin Ford is supposed to be the trainer. You know, this reminds me of the Lee, you might remember this, and Chan, I know you do. Reminds me of the P. Diddy situation.
All up in the video, all up on the tracks.
All up on the track, all on stage. Want to be in the mix of everything. But if you think about it,
Death Row.
But if you think about it from the boxing perspective, who's better to listen to than Floyd? I mean, if I'm a fighter and I'm in a fight, my trainer's telling me something, and Muhammad Ali gets on the apron and says, "No, kid, you need to do this." Who the fuck you think I'm gonna listen to?
But
we're not saying that. We agree, but there's a time and a place, and in the minute between rounds.
Exactly, Lee. Exactly, Lee. Go ahead.
Yeah, you listen to Muhammad Ali, but it's completely disrespecting your trainer. And in an sense, so are you as the fighter that's going to listen. Although it's Muhammad Ali, of course you're going to listen. It is still showing your trainer disrespect.
Exactly, you're absolutely right.
And at one point, Shelton, there was, and Leon, like Tank was confused. There was too many voices. Tank was looking at.
That's why you saw Tank turn his head and listen to Floyd.
I
too
don't
many
like
voices.
It. I made a comment of it on my commentary. I was like, nah, this is getting what Floyd's edging his way, getting closer and closer. I was like, he's not an official cornerman.
But why don't Floyd? My question is this, and I'm with Lee on this one. Why don't Floyd just train him then?
This is what I'm saying. Maybe you can come through
and say your piece. Walking around the stage and then coming on the side when the guy's in the middle of a fight. I just thought it was a bit. It's up to him.
Right.
His show. he can do what he wants, and I think that was a clear demonstration of that. It's totally up to him what he wants to do on his show.
But is it Floyd's show? Well, yeah, because it's TV. I mean,
whether it's his show,
what's his company called? TNT, TAB. What's Floyd's Mayweather Promotions called?
I'm not sure.
What's Floyd Mayweather Promotions called? What's it?
Well, Floyd,
I forgot. What is it called, guys?
Mayweather TNT. The money team, Mayweather Promotions.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Was it a TV event?
So was he co-promoting
the event? Was live. Man.
Was he co-promoting the event?
No, it was TMT.
It was his.
It was TMT and Tank's promotion company, whatever it's called. But that's Floyd. Floyd was running the show. Floyd was running the show.
What's your show? Yeah.
Introducing. Someone's coming on the panel. Introducing the coach, Malakizah.
What's going on? What's going on, man?
There's the coach. I'm on the freeway, coach. I'm on the freeway.
What you on the 10 or the 5?
I'm on the 110. I gotta go pick my daughter up. She stayed an extra day.
Okay, yeah, man. We just just wrapping up, man. It went 30 minutes longer than I planned it, but it
was a good conversation though. It was a good conversation, coach. Yeah, go ahead and chop it up with Chan, man. I got a traffic jam right here. Go chop it up with Chan.
Chan, what's going on, sis?
I watched what I could, as usual, tapped in. We were just talking about the fights, the same thing. We went through a bit of Wilder, the statue, had to throw someone off. Then we went on to Tank Barrios and why Tank is held under hostage.
It really does seem like it. I'll try to give these fighters the benefit of the doubt too, Shan. You know what I mean? But looking at Floyd, damn, why is it so dark in here? By Floyd saying that it's going to rain. Yeah, why Floyd saying is this is what I'm saying, right? Floyd is not. I hear these people say all the time. Well, Floyd taking Tank to the bag, but Tank does not have to go through the pretty boy Floyd phase. He's taking him straight to money made, right? So much like he's taking him straight to money made. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Without putting in the work. Tank has almost 30 fights. There's no way he should be almost 30 fights deep, and he hasn't fought Teofimo or Devin Haney.
Yeah, no, he ain't fought none of them.
Right.
He ain't fought none of them.
And I just wanted to point out the double standard because a lot of his fans is like, okay, that's cool, but then when it comes to my guy, Terrence Crawford, he's held to a different standard.
Our guy.
Yeah, because Terrence Crawford.
Our guy. He's my guy too, remember?
Oh, yeah,
our guy. I had to post about him. Go ahead, please.
Crawford fight. If people paid to watch Crawford fight, it would be a different conversation. Right. Tank's selling out arenas. Do you get what I mean? And people are paying $550 a ticket and coming away happy with that. We were complaining Eddie Hearn's doing a £750 fight camp. And I was just surprised. That's why I asked Shelton the price. I was surprised he was more than happy with paying $550 to watch Tank Davis. Mm-hmm. So he don't need to fight anyone. If people are happy to do that, he can take the easier fights, get the mini belts, and make plenty of money and go away.
Yeah. And listen, and I get it. That's the business model. And what I'm saying, I don't agree with it, whether we agree with it or not. But at least Floyd told the truth. Yeah. He said, "Look, Tank ain't gonna fight no tough fights. We pretty much gonna cherry pick our way through it. He gonna make a whole lot of money doing it, and that's our business model." I'm like, okay, cool.
No, point blank, period.
As an accountant,
I respect that. So therefore, we take him out of the five kings equation then.
Take him out. As an accountant, you would say, what is the safest way to accumulate the most funds and preserve your health? Fighting the less fighters, fighting them for less title belts, selling out stadiums, the fans go home happy. Yeah, he's not fighting the top people, but you're getting devastating fights with devastating knockouts with back and forth action. Mm-hmm. The fans are happy. He's getting money. His head's getting punched as hard as it was if he was facing the tougher guys.
Yeah.
From the business point of view, it makes sense. It doesn't make sense not to. Other than sacrificing that for legacy, it makes sense to do what Tank is doing.
Listen, and that's what I'm saying. I'm like, listen, I get it. I get it, right? So, all I'm saying is, what's good for the gander is good for the goose.
But Crawford don't sell the same. That's the difference. If Crawford sold as much, then it would be a like for like conversation. But
is that Crawford's fault?
No, it's not. But it's not. Tank is able to make a lot of money without fighting the very best.
I mean, shit. Well, apparently Crawford hasn't fought anybody, and he's making some damn good money. He has a net worth of $8 million, so he's making a lot of money. He's getting paid $4.5 million a fight. So apparently
Bob Aaron's unhappy. Bob Aaron knows his quality. Bob Aaron gave him a price, hoping to negotiate some decent fights for him. He hasn't been able to. But he's still got to pay Crawford a very handsome minimum. That's what Crawford can on.
They said let him cater to idiots. Did you see that? He said, well, keep Tank name out of the conversation of the best. Let him cater to idiots.
So I'm like, that's all I'm saying. And listen, that's the business model, Shane. That's what they're
now.
running.
Let me ask a question, you guys. I was in Atlanta, and that fight was what everybody was talking about. Was the business? How was that fight received in the UK or coach out here in the streets? How was that fight received? Do you think that fight sold pretty big or no?
How was that? Thanks, Karma. Salute, sis. Say that again, Shell.
No, he was saying how was the fight received in the UK? Tank Davis and Mario Barrios.
Oh, it's not a big fight, no.
Yeah.
That's why it was £10.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't
no, it wasn't a big fight.
It wasn't really a lot of people talking about it on the streets here Shelton, to be honest with you. I'm not saying that wasn't anybody talking about it, but
yeah,
it wasn't it wasn't like it was the talk of the town. It was just another fight. You know what I mean? There was no excitement in the air about it.
Yeah, casuals not interested whatsoever. Me, very much interested in seeing where this was going to go. But no, was it Lee? Was there everybody talking about it around like when you was out in the streets? Or no, there wasn't anything on my timelines like, yeah, I've got to see this Tank fight. No, but I was glad that we got the option to be able to buy it. But if it was for the price that you guys would have to pay, I wouldn't have bought it. I'd rather put the extra dollars and have gone to the fight and had the whole experience than sit in my house for $75 and watch that fight. That's too much.
Shit, there's no way in the hell I'm gonna pay $75 for a pay-per-view. I pay $5.99 a month for ESPN Plus. I watched the entire Lomachenko and Nakatani fight all the way to when the round got, the fight got stopped.
Yeah,
I mean, that was a damn good fight. Oh,
this is where I want to go on to.
Oh,
that was an amazing fight. Lee, where did you think about Loma? Because we was calling both fights simultaneously. At one point, Loma started first. By the time it got to round, I think 5, Tank was starting. I was like, ugh. And so I had Tank on my TV, Loma on my phone, and the live watch along on my laptop. So I was like that.
Yeah, I'm
crazy watch along.
Was massively impressive. I mean, I was extremely disappointed with the first half of the fight against Lopez, and that performance against Nakatani completely redeemed it. I mean, if he's thought to himself, okay, you've taken my belts, I'm coming back for them. What better way to do it than to fight somebody who Lopez has previously fought, who gave him problems, and just play with the guy. He just savagely beat and played with the guy. And it was a big statement for me. It was a big statement. And it is setting up the rematch nicely. And I'm absolutely looking forward to it. Absolutely.
Yeah, Barry, it was on Fight TV, $9.99. You missed out, fam.
Hey, Shane, I got to tell you something. You know what I think about that fight? The angles that Lomachenko was giving this guy, he was giving Nakatani. Like, he'll stand right in front of him, and then and he'll stand right in front of him, and then pop. It was like these short punches. His footwork put him in position to laying these short jabs, these short hooks, and then after he hits him, he doesn't stand there taking picture and admire his work. He'll spin him. So I see Nakatani looking around like, where is he at? And by the time he turns around, he don't got hit 3 or 4 more times.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not even a fan of this guy. Listen, this weekend, I'm like, this dude is a monster.
And that's not even the full matrix that he
the precision in which he was throwing his punches. He doesn't waste punches. When he throws a punch, it lands. I saw him get hit with a straight jab from Nakatani, and then I saw him get hit with a right hand one time from Nakatani. Yeah, and then he didn't get hit with that punch anymore. He realized, okay, I'm going to give him the same look, make him think that punch is there. When he threw that right hand again, he slipped it, went to the body, spit him, caught him with an uppercut, came back with a left hook, and I'm like, damn.
Loma's the guy. This is what I'm saying, and people want to count Loma out, and I kept saying, just because Teofimo's beating him, and everyone wants to talk about 4 kings, there's 5 kings.
Right.
In my opinion, what were you saying, Lee?
It annoys me. Losing a fight to a quality opponent does not make you trash, for crying out loud. I don't get it. It's okay to lose close fights to quality opponents. It means that the quality opponent was better than you on a day. It doesn't mean you're no longer quality, you are now trash. That whole narrative annoys me.
Me too. Where would you rank the top 5 in 135?
Well, I gotta have Teofimo number 1 because he beat Lomachenko. I'm gonna be honest with you. After that performance I saw from Lomachenko,
where I feel. Actually.
I'm gonna give Lomachenko number 2. 135. Is it Devin Haney? And I don't know where to put Tank, because I don't know where Tank is fighting at. Is he 130? Is he 135 pounder? Is he 140 pounder? So I can't put Tank
140 last night. So let's keep him out of it. Keep it 140 last night.
So it'll be T.O.
Garcia,
Devin Haney, and who are the other 2 guys?
Ryan Garcia.
No, he's on
Instagram.
He's on Instagram. He's on Instagram. He's on IG. I don't think he's on Instagram.
I know.
Okay,
I would put Fortuna above him.
We're just doing the so-called 5 kings.
Okay. So we'll throw Fortuna in there at number 4, and we'll put Ryan Garcia at number 5.
Okay, well, out of that, it sounds weird because I don't care that T.O. is it was undisputed.
Right.
Loma's number 1 for me.
Okay.
T.O.'s number 2 for me. Tank's number 3, but Tank and T.O. could swivel round. That they could swing round. T.O. So Loma, T.O., Tank, Haney, Garcia. Garcia is trash. And I had so much high hope for him. Going down there.
Let me speak 1 second. The annoying thing is his mindset and his attitude is trash. But in the ring, he does have potential to do frigging great things. That's the annoying bit. There is potential there. It's just he's not facing. He's ducking the people. He's ducking. Take the Haney fight for the WBC. Take the Fortuna fight. You took the Campbell fight. Take meaningful fights that are progressing. Don't duck people and then start trolling people afterwards after you've gone in the sun for a few weekends. I think his attitude's trash, but I don't think he's a trash fighter. I just think his attitude is trash. Because he can't be comfortably training under any Reynoso and be a trash fighter. They would have spotted that. And, they have standards in their gym, or they appear to have standards in their gym of what you're supposed to maintain. And for him to be able to be there comfortably, he's got to have something about him, but he's got to get the fortitude and take the damn fights. So let's play fantasy matchup.
with some of these 1-3-5ers. All right, let's play fantasy matchup. Who wins in Loma versus Tio rematch?
Man, that's a tough.
Tio takes his belts back.
That's a tough one. Based on the performance that I saw, and I think that I'm gonna have to say Lomachenko or win that fight. I'm gonna tell you why. He got in the ring with Teofimo Lopez. He know what he's gonna bring this time. Now he said he had a shoulder injury.
Yeah, and he did.
Did he have surgery afterwards, or was that before?
Extensive, because I watched the Loma story now, so I know how in depth that it was. But
okay.
Tio beat him. Tio beat a 50% Loma.
Right. So I think that Tio has the legit power. I like how Tio was going to the body, Lomachenko's body. Teofimo is very athletic and fast. I think the speed was giving Lomachenko problems as well. But I think once Lomachenko decided I have to go in and fight this guy, he started giving Teofimo the business. And then I would give him at least 4 rounds. And I'm like, if he could have kept that up throughout the fight, he could have won that fight. So
yeah, I gave him 5 rounds.
So I think after that fight, he can look at those rounds and say, hey, you know what? This guy is susceptible to this. I'm gonna put his back foot and I'm going to show him something. So I would give Lomachenko. I said if they fight again, Stan, I'm gonna go with Lomachenko.
Me too.
I believe that the way he fought Nakatani was how he intends to fight Lopez in the rematch, and he was giving himself a trial run because he had other ways that were more efficient to beat Nakatani, but he went that way because he was going for the head all the time. You would have thought that because he was taller, you would have thought he would have slowed him down with the body to make him more difficult to move, but he was going for headshots, and I think that's his game plan. I think when he faces Loma again, we're going to see that same style, and I think Loma's going to have to deal with it, and I think he's going to give Loma a lot of problems. I think he's going to take his belts back. That guy,
and I called for the stoppage. I was like, this is getting stopped. But then when Tio fought Nakatani, Tio didn't drop him, but Loma dropped Nakatani.
Yeah, multiple times.
Multiple times.
The footwork.
Loma don't have power like that.
He dropped him through consistent beating punishments.
Mm-hmm.
The footwork gave Nakatani problems. It was the footwork. He couldn't I'm like, I'm watching the fight. I saw it from the first round to the 9th round when it was stopped. And I'm like, how would it? I'm watching it and I'm like, how the hell did he do that? Like, how did he get from here to here?
My closest experience with that has only been in a street fight. My only experience of that has been in a street fight when it's a weird thing. You throw a punch and the person moves and they're not there. And you're thinking, you go again and they're not there. You're thinking, I can't hit this fucker. But it was a street fight, not a boxing fight. Right. So I was able to do different things. But it is a really, I can imagine what was going through Nakatani's head. Like, you feel like you can't defend yourself.
Confusion.
It's going to take punches.
Straight confusion. Right. Straight confusion, mate. All right. So we all agree. So Lee, do you agree that Tio loses to Loma in the rematch?
I would put Loma. I would put Loma to take his belts back in the rematch.
50. You think it's 50-50, Mad Chad? You think it's 50-50? I've got it. I'm at 65-35 Loma. Does that make sense? Yeah. Let me just make sure that my math is mathing.
Yeah, that's it. 65.
Yeah. 60. Lopez cracks harder than Nakatani. Nakatani did hit Loma. All right. So Teofimo versus Devin Haney. Who wins?
Teofimo.
Styles make fights. I would say Teofimo because Devin Haney doesn't have anything to keep him off of. He doesn't have any pop in his punches. He doesn't have any pop. He doesn't have any pop in his punches, Shan. I would say Teofimo, because Devin Haney doesn't have any pop in his punches at all. What do you want? You want him off?
Yeah. So I'm Lopez cracks harder than I'm calling Tio to win that one as well. Coach K, I know you love Haney. If you're still there, who do you have with Haney fighting Tio? You're gonna have Tio. He's gonna have Haney winning.
And please, guys, try to not get offended if I don't pick your fighter to win. I mean, it's just my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, Tio took Loma took off the first 5 rounds because that was the game plan. That because he sustained a shoulder injury 3 weeks before the fight, but shoulda, coulda, woulda, we don't care. They did ask if he wanted to reschedule, and he said no.
Well, he was good enough to beat him with the injury.
So what they did was just like just leave that shoulder. That's why if you see he didn't, because Loma needs, what they were saying is remember he's southpaw, but he needs the left jab to set up his combos. So I mean the right jab to set up his combos. So it's right jab and then boom, boom. It's all the choreography, and that's how he fights. But because he couldn't throw the right, they said, right, you're going to have to fall back. If you watch back that fight, he doesn't throw the right, but a few times until the latter round. So the game plan was don't throw the right, beat Tio and point score with the left. And then when we get to like round 5, ramp it up. But unfortunately, it just didn't work anyway. So
I think Lomachenko lost like the first 7 rounds.
I thought he lost the first. I thought he lost the first because I had it 7-5. So I thought he lost the first. What would it be? The first. He just won 5 rounds. I had him winning. I had him winning towards the end, not round 12. I had him winning, I think, a few of the mid rounds, like maybe 5-6 or something like that, or 6, 7, 8. Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 11. I want to say something like that. Okay. That's when I saw a change. 6, 7, 8, 9, or maybe 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10, or 6, 7, 8, 9, and 11. One of that, and then all the rest was obviously Tio.
Okay, yeah. I mean, because some of those rounds were close, so I can see that.
Yeah, some you could have called it a swing round. I get why it could have been called a draw, but at the end of the day, I still etched it for Tio. So we're saying so where you're saying Tio v Haney, where you guys going with that? So Tio wins Tio v Haney.
Tio.
And I don't think because Devin Haney looked good in this last fight. He looks very quick, looked very fast. I do see the Money Mayweather, Pretty Boy Floyd style. I did the way he was positioned, the way he was, jabbing to the body. His quickness, athleticism is there, but he doesn't have any pop. And I think that Teofimo Lopez is just going to go right at him. He's just going to go right at him and make just kind of like how he went at Lomachenko. He went at Lomachenko. He didn't sit back and wait and let him process anything. He just went at him.
Went at him.
I think Teofimo Lopez would do that. I don't think Devin Haney has the punching power that Teofimo Lopez can respect that'll keep him from coming in there.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion, And then Devin Haney, saying it just I feel that way,
Me too. I've got Tio beating Haney, unfortunately. Sorry. That's
gonna piss off the Devin Haney fans now. Hey, said they're gonna be up in arms now.
Sending death threats and everything. You know how it goes. It just goes pear-shaped each and every time. You can't have an opinion. It just one side of the fans are gonna love you for banging on the guys that they hate, and then the guys that hate the other side when you're banging on their other side, they're gonna love you. It's just like tug of war, like, oh, which way am I going? It's just like, just stand on your square and just tell the truth, and whatever it is shall be, Right. All right. Fantasy, again, we're still staying within the Kings. Haney, Garcia.
Oh, Haney. I listen. Off the rip, Haney. Garcia is an Instagram model. He does a lot of capping. He pulls out of fights. He don't really want to fight nobody. He's trying to pull the Tyson Fury card, saying he had mental health issues. Listen, listen. If you Devin Haney all the way.
yeah, that's me. In that one, Lee.
Devin Haney, but only because my Garcia's mental fortitude in the ring, ability wise, it's a lot closer than that. Yeah, the lack of it in the ring, ability wise, it's a lot closer, but the mental fortitude is what makes the difference. And I just think Haney would beat him.
Same. Haney will outbox him. Haney will have to stay away from those body shots though, but because if caught with them, Ryan can't take everything away from him. Dude's got pop, but he can't. He would be outboxed, and Haney would know that. So I give that one to Haney to beat Garcia. As long as he stays away from Garcia, you got Haney as well, Jorge. Stay away from Garcia, and he'll outbox and he'll go for a points win. Or then I want to go for.
Yeah, let me ask you a question right quick.
Yeah.
Do you think because of the style that Devin Haney fights and Ryan Garcia fight, would that be a good matchup? Or do you think that fight would be like a boring fight because of the styles?
It could be a great fight.
I don't.
Because some people say the Haney last fight was boring. Some,
I liked it because it was different because he traded.
Yeah,
but it also got him listening to us, took him off his little square and got him rocked.
Yeah.
Like him trying to impress us, instead of just outboxing dude. He chose to trade, and I respect it. I thoroughly enjoyed the. In the end, I enjoyed the Linares fight, then the Shakur fight.
Oh yes, Shakur.
Absolutely. But
fight was boring.
I think I used the word pandering. You said maybe that's the wrong word, but I said rather than trying to prove that he can knock people out, because he left himself open and his chin got rocked, and that's why Linares got to do that little exit stage left to to his seat. I didn't understand why Linares was doing that. Well, not Linares. It wasn't Linares. Why he was doing that? Because he was being soundly outboxed. So you can't just start celebrating when you get one dangerous clean punch at the very fight. You need to do a bit more than that, or at least drop him. No point in, and you done it with the last seconds of the round, so he couldn't even have time to take a count.
Yeah,
really useless time to hit somebody like that.
Yeah. All right. With who do you think has Tank and Loma?
Oh, I got Loma. I got Loma. Yeah, I got Loma. I know Tank is very special, very powerful, strong. I just think that based on the level, I got Lomachenko.
Tank downloads, Loma downloads. I think Loma will download quicker, and
because he's
too long to figure out how to hit the guy. I think Loma's movement will do it, and he'll just be popping him off, doing him damage.
Tank won't catch him.
Yeah, Tank takes time to download himself.
Yeah,
against Loma, who moves a lot more. What's it going to take him? Instead of 3 rounds, what's it going to take him? 5, 6, and then he's got to try and hit him. And, then he's got to try and line him up, hit him. Is he going to get there? And if he does, does Loma drop? While all that time, he's going to be losing rounds. So if Loma makes it to the 12s, it goes to Loma.
So what do you guys think about the did I get your thoughts on the? Oh no, you didn't watch the Barrios thingy. Sorry, no. All right, I just wanted to see what the fantasy.
No, I saw the last. Okay, Loma.
You've seen it now.
I saw the last 4 rounds because the Lomachenko fight ended in the 9th.
Yeah.
So as soon as I finished that, I didn't see the fight, but when I went on Showbiz to listen to.
Yeah, he was live,
and I saw when Floyd. They showed a little bit like when Floyd walked up to the corner and was he was down on the other scorecards. Like, but then what kind of stuff is this? What kind of promoter you are? You want to be the promoter, the trainer, or you want to be all in the video.
Too much, mate.
All in the
Too much. Too much. Too much. That's what we were just saying, Shelton. No, sorry, Haney Loma. Because remember, Haney was chasing to so-called get this Lomachenko fight.
Loma, I got Loma.
Loma, innit?
I'm not high like that. I like Haney, but I'm just being honest with you.
Loma.
We can only be honest, Mal. We can only be honest.
And say Haney after that. I've got to say Loma. I watched him against Nakatani. I watched Haney's last fight. I've got to say Loma.
So, guys, Ryan Garcia is really at the bottom of that pile because we've not really said he's winning against any of them.
Yeah, he's at the bottom. I mean, now, if you ask who is the number 1 guy on Instagram out of those fighters, we got to go.
Garcia.
Hey, but But yeah, I'm not, man. I'm disappointed in that dude, man. Like I'm not gonna lie, I don't like Ryan Garcia. I'm like, man,
I'm done with him.
I'm done with him, man. Like,
I'm done with him. I'm done with him. Now,
if he comes back and takes meaningful fights, I'll watch them.
So
yeah, I mean, if he takes meaningful ones, well, whatever. But they better never be on pay-per-view because I doubt I'll be buying them unless it's a tenner, like really cheap. Yeah. But
when he trolls people, I'm not paying attention because you don't take the fights.
Right.
I'm fighting meaningful fights. Yeah.
And you're right about that fight, fan. That's not meaningful fights. It's like, what are you going to, you see what I'm saying, Shane? Like,
he's got a lot to make up meaningful fights.
You call these guys out, say you're going to do A, B, C, and D to them, and then you pulling out of fights. You won't fight the guys, whatever, and it's like,
yeah, but this is what Tank's doing. So they're saying that basically Tank's not allowed to fight anyone, but Tank's talking trash on Twitter, calling out Regis Prograis, calling out. You're not even allowed to fight him. It's like, have you seen that one dude at the club that he gets into an altercation with someone else, but he doesn't want none of it until the security comes. Then he goes, "Hold me back, hold me back, hold me back."
Yeah.
That's Tank.
Yeah, Regis Prograis is a different animal for Tank. I don't
He's a Prograis with the PBC at the moment.
No, I think he's
one fight with him or something. I thought he was.
I think he's got his own little. Is he
sure? I
don't know. Don't quote me. I don't know. I thought he could be.
I heard he's PBC. I'm not sure, but
is he PBC Prograis?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Not sure.
2Y. There's my G from out of Texas City. My G's, my American G's. You lot are all my American G's. That's why I don't get any sleep. Because I need to get some British friends. How about that?
Shan, you. The problem is your body is programmed to everybody's time zone,
except for my own.
Yeah. Eastern, Western, Pacific, Central Standard Time Zone, Australia, whatever their time zone is.
No, I'm not tapped into that one. That's the only one that I've bowed out on. I've bowed out on I've been to Australia a couple of times. That time zone is difficult. They're in the future. Crazy. Guys, can I ask you about Spence Pacquiao? With all of this craziness that they may not fight.
Wait. Is this?
They might not fight.
Rumors are.
Do you know what? If they do this nonsense again.
No, it's because, like we said, anything that ends in Asian is not in the word of boxing is fucked. Arbitration, litigation, situation. They're in a litigation.
But what's litigation for what though?
Okay, do you want me to give you guys the breakdown of? Let me tell you what it was.
I saw your video this morning, and I didn't.
Oh, okay. So
so
what I didn't make clear in my video was it's not Paradigm suing Manny Pacquiao. It's Manny Pacquiao's ex-manager. So Manny Pacquiao's ex-manager got him some kind of deal with Paradigm to fight initially Conor McGregor. So Manny Pacquiao's manager gave him 3.3 milli. And as an advance, but then Conor McGregor lost. So then he said, all right, we can get the Mikey Garcia fight. So they've been chasing the Mikey Garcia fight since last year, I think February. And for some reason, I don't know, it didn't happen. As we know, you heard Ryan Garcia saying he's going to fight Pacquiao. Said this one's going to fight Pacquiao. I don't understand where the manager was then when all of these other rumors were floating about. So then Pacquiao goes off and signs with Al Heyman, does the Errol Spence fight. Then when Mikey Garcia sees that's not happening, he leaves Paradigm and goes. So 3.3 milli is what they're suing for. Oh, and not just that, but he's suing for the fight to be stopped.
Mikey Garcia is suing?
No, Pacquiao's ex-manager. I don't know his name.
Oh,
someone might say it in the chat. So he's suing for the advance that he gave, which was 3.3 mil, but he's also trying to stop the fight from happening with Spence. Now, what we're not legal, so we don't know, but Why wouldn't you just want your advance money given back?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. You know what? I don't think he can stop that fight. If he just want the money, pay him the money. But he could be doing this, and he could be looking at the potential money and damages that
potential earnings.
He's losing, the earnings, the other earnings that he could have made because of that fight, because that fight didn't happen. So it's a possibility he could be saying, "Hey, listen, I'm missing out on all of the earnings that I could have got paid in this fight." You see what I'm saying? If this fight would have went down, so. But I'll be honest with you, Shane, I think they're just going to just pay him the money.
Mm-hmm.
It was raining outside. They're just going to just pay him the money, and he's just going to, get paid off or whatever. I don't see him. Oh, sorry about that. Damn lighting. Yeah, I don't see him. I think they're just going to
pay him the
money.
Yeah.
And if he just be gone. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest with you, Shane. I don't see him stopping that fight.
Yeah,
I don't think he can stop it.
They can't. Well, we thought that Wilder Fury wasn't going to happen. Trilogy. Let's have it right. Where there was an arbitration. This is a litigation. This is up. This is one up ahead of a arbitration. By the way, this is in court. So I don't want to jump to conclusion and go, "Oh, the fight's happening," because I can see people in the comments going, "Oh, the fight's happening." Says who? Says who? The fight's not happening.
We heard this talk with the Undisputed.
Says who?
The exact same talk with Undisputed. It was the Undisputed was going to happen.
Shane, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
I thought that WBA was going to take the belt, the Super WBA title, away from Ugas and give it back to Manny. That's what I heard. That's what they've been saying. Now, they said that the WBA changed their mind, and they're not going to take Ugas' belt. And so this fight between Spence and Pacquiao is a non-title. Well,
yeah,
Pacquiao doesn't have a title, but if Pacquiao beats Spence, he's going to get his titles.
If Pacquiao beats Spence, does he take Spence's belts?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's all or nothing for it's a bit of a bum deal for Spence. He can't win a belt, but he loses all his belts if he loses. That's why he's not. That's why he's not going to lose.
A huge payday, though.
It's a torch. It's a handover. Spence is going to win. Is he going to win and clean up Manny? No, he's not. No, he's not.
No, he's not going to knock me out.
Yeah. He's not going to knock Manny out.
You think he can beat more points? Somebody punches as much as Manny Pacquiao. He's going to punch a lot more, so he's going to land a lot cleaner. I think he loses on points. If he comes with the same...
They'll rob Pacquiao.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to legislate for robberies, but if the fight goes the way I predict, he will outpunch and outscore Spence, and I don't think Spence has it in him to knock Pacquiao out. But Pacquiao's been knocked out, so it can happen. I don't think the chances are highly likely. So I see.
It's a title defense. Andre Murray said it's a title defense. But how is it a title defense when Pacquiao isn't being given back the belt? Andre.
No. What I'm saying, Spence has to defend his belts.
Oh,
Spence
but
his title.
Pacquiao's not defending anything, so there's nothing for Spence to win if he beats Pacquiao.
See, I get what Reynolds saying, but I think Pacquiao was going to lose to Thurman, and then I saw something different. So I'm not writing Pacquiao off.
I'm not. It just depends. I just think this is the goodbye, farewell. I don't even know how much Pacquiao's getting paid for this, because when it was for Bud, he wanted 40 million. You're not getting 40 million. You're not getting 40 mil for this fight.
No. I think he'll agree to take less, and they're going to get a percentage of the pay-per-view, and he may make that on the back end. That's how PBC model is. You'll get a certain percentage up front, and then everything else will be back end pay-per-view, which, after they tally up the pay-per-view numbers, that's going to be anywhere from 90 days to 120 days, and that's when you'll get paid the rest of your money, So that's
the back end of it. Okay, well, that's them lot. Just so hopefully, I want to see the fight, so I want that fight to happen. Just a couple more points on the zone. Line up the tickets. I don't know why they're £750. That equates to like $1,200 for the zone fight camp tickets for fight camp for Eddie to sit in Eddie Hearn's garden. To sit in Eddie Hearn's garden, you've got to pay $1,200.
So what is fight camp?
Exactly.
So fight camp is where Eddie Hearn builds. He had it last year there. He built a big ring, everything, an extravaganza. That's where Dillian White first lost to Povetkin. He did that in his whole childhood house. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Hey. Oh, wait a minute. Is that like on an island or something?
No, that was Gibraltar where they had that on an island. That was the second fight. But last year in lockdown, when we first went into lockdown, I know, Ronald, it's a wow. It is a wow. Salute to you, by the way, Ron. Zone gone flop. Someone said the zone gone flop. It's at Eddie Hearn's childhood mansion. They've got obviously they've got acres, and they've bought it as a matchroom headquarters. So they've had it there. The staff work there. That's where his office is. It's a big white mansion. Oh, it's beautiful. But that's just the offices. But he's got all the acres.
Eddie Hearn getting that UK money, that international money, boy.
Yeah, so he built fight camp. So now that you can go to fight camp, the only tickets that he's offering is VIP tickets, isn't it, Lee? So I think you get picked up by a coach.
But I think there are people, there's 300 tickets, and I think there will be 300 people that will happily pay that kind of money to go to Eddie Hearn's thing and watch the fights and be entertained corporate style. It's 300 tickets. I thought about it, and I thought, yeah, there will be people that will pay that. He's just not caring about the fans that want to just go and watch boxing, because the fans know that's a fight he should pay £50 for, not $750. So they're not going to see the value in it. I mean, you can see the Yard fight for £50. You can see the Joyce fight for £50. Joyce Takam, like, you know. So you're foregoing, what's that? £750 where you could pay 100 and go and watch two fights. I know what I'd rather do.
No, just to go and sit in Eddie's back garden, which is going to be cold and raining here anyway because the weather's gone rubbish. But yeah, it's ridiculous. That should be the top end. That should be the top end. Like, that should be the VIP amount, and then you can get, you know, the lesser ticket prices, like 150, 100, 150, 200. You know, just like it is at an arena. I don't know what's happened to Eddie. You could afford a property.
He's raised the prices, keep the riffraff out, raise the prices. We only want a certain clientele here. It's that kind of thing.
Yeah, Eddie has expensive taste now.
All that caviar. It must be all that caviar by the truckloads that he has to be bringing in. It's ridiculous. And the lineup and the schedule is trash. I feel bad because I may interview some of the people on the schedule, but who knows? But it is bad. The schedule's bad.
I haven't seen the schedule. Who's on the schedule?
So that's the thing now, Shan. The schedule's okay.
Just some names that.
Look, I do think the schedule's okay. The schedule's okay. It's when you compare it to the price of £750. It's comparable to the Yard. I think it's comparable to the Yard card.
Yeah, but that schedule isn't good either.
That's what I'm saying. It's comparable. Get what I mean? For $750.
Being honest, as I always am.
Say that again.
I said, if I'm being honest, as I always am, this own to my own detriment. Sometimes I just wish I was a liar, but you know, get through life a bit easier. I always have to be the one telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but, and get banged on. But hey, anyway, such is life. Fight camp schedule. Other people lie and they prosper.
Yeah. You're right about
It's
that.
easier. It is easier to lie often. It is easier. So telling the truth takes courage then.
Chris Cobra 15
Yeah.
years old.
Sometimes it's best to say nothing sometimes.
Sometimes it's best to say nothing. But you've got it up. Ronald, you got that up quick, fam.
I don't think that's Fight Camp.
Yeah,
I don't think it's this weekend.
Oh, that's not Fight Camp. Okay, so Fight Camp. This is Eddie's house. Let me show you, Mal, because I think Leon's already knows what this looks like. Hang on.
Yeah, because
I laughed when one of the LDBC.
Yeah, because I have this on.
Say that again.
I laughed. One of the LDBC channels, they described his property as looking real plantational. And I just laughed.
They called it plantational. It's not like that in the. I'm afraid we don't have plantation houses in the UK, and it's that done and dusted. Definitely not in London, but anyway, that's in the south. Can you see it now?
That's not. Yeah, I see it.
That
looks huge.
That's his back garden. Look. See the house at the back.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Wow.
And that's the stage that he's built, the ring. Dang. Crazy.
Yeah, that's great.
Right.
Listen, Eddie has plenty of money.
He does. He could take a couple million. He could take a couple million deficit to put down ticket prices. He's just signed a bigger deal with DAZN. I mean, 2 million to him is not really going to break the bank. Like letting everyone on DAZN, that a lot of his people, that his audience that watch him are a lot of young people as well. Plus, we've gone through the pandemic where a lot of people's lost their jobs. How about that? You're not even showing any form of consideration like that. And then also the lineup, the new DAZN lineup, boring. Not that boring. Don't you think the lineup's dry? There's one girl that I know.
Okay, let's look at the positives. I like Costello. I listened to his podcast on the BBC. Remember, you was giving Andy Lee praise for his honesty.
What about Andy Lee as a trainer?
But remember, when he gave his commentary, wait 1 second. When he gave his commentary on the fight, when he said that Parker versus Chisora, he called it. He said, I think he does give an honest opinion, and that's what we want from pundits. Someone that can be non-biased. Well, let's give him. I've never heard him commentate. Let's give him a chance. He's trying to be honest, and it's not going to be what they're accused of now, isn't it? Just saying, following a corporate agenda and following a script. If he's going to tell his own fighter, I think you've lost before the results.
Yeah, true.
He's going to, and that's what we want. Whether we agree with his opinion or not, if he's going to give his own opinion, not to say what he's being told, that's what we're asking for.
Everyone in the comments are saying we want Paulie Malignaggi. Where's Paulie? Paulie!
I'm surprised, but I mean, like Maya Jam was on it. I think she's been on Eddie Hearn's podcast.
Yeah,
he's got relationships with these people, and he's discussing with them, and he's been setting this up for a long time. So, for whatever reason, Paulie Malignaggi wasn't in his head at the time, and it would have been a good call. It really would have been after he stopped working with Showtime. Is it? He was available, so I'm not sure why Eddie didn't speak to him. Maybe he did, and it just never worked out.
Paulie! I'll be getting Paulie back on. Anyway, sorry guys, it's been mad with Paulie, but I've been on the phone to him. Go ahead.
Eddie Hearn has a good podcast.
He has a good podcast, did you say?
He does. Eddie Hearn has a good podcast.
Yeah. Because he likes to chat, innit? He likes to bloody chat. Yeah, they've got Maya Jama on there, but as eye candy. But listen, like, you guys can go, where she goes, bringing it back to race. Why isn't there inclusivity? Like, why isn't there, like, Asian presenters, like, female, male? Why isn't there black presenters, female, male? Why isn't there, like, do you understand, across the board, inclusivity? Because if you're going for a young, fresh, what shows the demographic of the UK and specifically maybe London, you have everyone on there, and I don't understand why it's not like that. So I'm waiting to see if he adds more, because I would like to see Johnny Nelson. I love Johnny Nelson. Johnny
Nelson isn't popular, Shan. He isn't.
I know he's not popular, but
and Hearn's trying to get away from that.
Proof now.
And Hearn's trying to get away from that. I'm surprised. I thought, Johnny Nelson is one of the things people complain about a lot.
I like Johnny Nelson.
You might share, but a lot of people don't. I don't mind him, but a lot of people
love Johnny, man. Not one problem with him. He tells the truth. He says it straight down the middle.
Exaggerate. He does toe the company line. He said stuff. He said insane stuff before about fighters that he uses examples, but it's just way out.
He told the company line.
Yeah. Of his comments are almost borderline fanboyism. The things he comes out with, you're like, you don't mean that. You're just saying that, or you're just making.
Is it Johnny Nelson or Spencer? I thought Spencer was the one that.
No, Johnny Nelson. That would be good for Spencer to be on.
Spencer's with MTK, I think.
Yeah, Spencer with MTK Global, so he's already a thingy. And yeah, all right, well then, cool. And just lastly, to wrap up, Canelo, if he beats Caleb Plant, going up to 175 to fight Beterbiev, Artur Beterbiev.
Oh no, man!
This was Canelo's choice.
Huh?
This was Canelo's choice.
Canelo's choice, yep.
Yes, Canelo. It's Canelo's choice. So I'm not gonna lie, man.
Because I personally thought, why are we trying to send him up there to get beaten? We're that desperate to watch him get beaten, and we have to send him up to 175 to face that beast. If he's saying, I want some of that, I can only take my hat off to the guy. Like, if he steps in the ring with Beterbiev, hats off to him. That's
because that was one of the people that we said Canelo don't need to be seeing.
Right.
That was the one that people say has a sound chance of beating the guy. But if you're going to pick somebody, it's a 175.
I think he might be doing it. He is kind of old, right? He's like 30, 34, 35, something like that.
How was Beterbiev? 30, 34? Is he 34?
Yeah, he might be.
Yeah, 34, 35. I think you're right, Mal. Well, it's not kind of old, though.
It's not. In
the grand scheme of things. Because as soon as Anthony Joshua gets to 34 and 35, we'll be going, no, he's not old. He's not old. We'll be saying that, Mal. No, he's not old. But, I know what you mean. He's towards the tailing end.
No, I'm saying in boxing, a lot.
In boxing, he's towards the tail end.
A lot of these guys, they be like, oh, he's old. But I'm like, well, no.
Floyd beat Canelo at 36.
Yeah, but that's in boxing, that's what these fans say. That guy's old now. He's this. You know what I mean?
He's washed. He's this. I think this is a person that. What I said in my commentary is that this is where I'm with this. If Canelo loses to Beterbiev, so what?
Yeah.
He's beaten 56 people.
Yeah, and he has a fight in 7.5 years.
7.5 years since Floyd.
Yeah. So
what if he loses again? So what?
Well, all it means is we found his limit. It
right.
doesn't mean trash because he loses to a good fighter. It doesn't mean it's all of a sudden rubbish. It means that all the weights he's climbing up, Beterbiev is his limit. But there's a chance he could beat him. Then what are people going to say? He needs to fight bloody Usyk or some nonsense like this?
Yeah, I see people going, Canelo needs to go to cruiserweight. I've seen people say that. I'm just like, people over here.
That will be what they're going to say now. They're that desperate for him to lose. They're going to want him to climb higher and higher.
To go to heavyweight.
But this is what I was saying. But they don't keep that same energy with the Tank Davis.
Could you say the analogy on this? What you were saying? Because I heard bits of that. What
I'm saying is I was breaking down like the double standards and the contradictions. It's like like you don't keep the same standard for your other fighters that you keep for your fighter. Like Tank can fight a Mario Barrios. Look, listen, Leonard Ellaby can say Josh Taylor is nobody. He doesn't bring anything to the table. Now he don't bring anything to the table, but undisputed, he has all the damn belts. You know what I mean? He has a whole damn country behind him. That's all he brings to the table.
Sorry.
Leonard Ellaby doesn't care about legacy. He cares about finance.
Quickly come through for the last bit, if you can.
If Josh Taylor fans travelled like Tyson Fury fans, he would be interested.
No. Then he said, "Oh, he only had 1,000 because it was a pandemic, fool. That was all allowed to come."
Yeah, Mark, that's what he said, isn't it?
If Josh Taylor fights in America and he gets 17,000 like Tyson Fury did against Wilder, and they get 17 million, best believe Leonard Ellaby would say, "Okay, he brings something to the dance. We can discuss it." If the money's right, LB's going to do it. If not, he's not going to entertain it, especially for dangerous fights where his fighter can lose.
No, I don't think he's going to entertain it at all. Whether Josh Taylor can bring 30 million people to the United States to watch him fight. Floyd Mayweather made it clear that we are only interested in having in-house fights. And what they do is to justify not fighting the top fighters, they belittle the top fighters. Josh Taylor's nobody. Oh,
there's always a price, as Eddie Hearn said. There's always a number. If the number is big enough, they would entertain a cross-promotional deal. I think they would, because they're about the money. If they know they can make 50 million in-house and there's a chance of making 80 million without, I think that's 30 million in the bank that we won't have to work for.
But we can only go by what they've shown us thus far. So I don't know about if and this and this and that. What have they shown us thus far? Thus far, everything has been in-house.
Because of money. Because of money. They've shown us money.
But that's not what...
I'm ready to sing my song, but I don't want to interrupt you.
Floyd didn't say because of money. Floyd said, we're not trying to make another promotional company rich. We have plenty of fights that Tank can have between 130 and 140. He don't care that. They don't care that. He let it be known.
Okay. I never
he
heard.
did. He did.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna send you the interview. Look at the interview, the post fight. And he specifically said that we're not having any. I'm not trying to make any other promoters rich. We're going to keep everything in house between Mayweather Promotions and PBC. So we're not going to see Tank fight Josh Taylor, Teofimo, Lomachenko, Devin Haney. We're not going to see any of that.
Okay, let's try and get her.
I need to get one of what Malachi is doing. Super chat. Malachi's got the sickest sound effects are sick. Super chat and all of this to this day. Anyway, I'm introducing. Look, I'm introducing. Introducing sporr.
Introducing. Is
that your best singing voice?
Yeah, sorry.
Hey, sporting icons.
Don't give up the day job. It's a great day job to have.
The only thing I want from sporting icons and Shan, we are going to have to represent for the only heavyweight champion of the American heavyweight champion of the world in America, Trevor Bryant, my dog from Albany, New York. What AJ's ducking him, Tyson Fury's ducking him, Dillian White is ducking him, Wilder's, everybody's ducking him, and we.
He's the best. The best heavyweight, they've got, and everyone's ducking him, sporting. Trevor Bryant.
How worrying is that, though? How worrying is that? That with all the lineage in the history of the greatest American heavyweight champs of all time, Trevor, mother-loving Bryant.
I know.
Like I said, there's a lot more money to be made in other sports. There's a lot more heavyweight contenders playing NFL and playing other sports than they are stepping into the ring.
Right.
How the mighty have fallen.
This is what I'm saying. Where did you catch up on the conversation? What do you think? Because I'll give you the good old download. What did you think about the Logan Nakatani and the Tank and Barrios? Where did you stand with that beforehand?
Well, beforehand with Barrios and Gervonta Davis, I felt that this was a way to give Gervonta Davis a world title fight, a world title. When Josh Taylor moves up, he then gets elevated. But already the PBC are promoting him as world champion. It's almost like Josh Taylor, he don't even exist.
And it's a baby belt as well that Tank's got. It's the WBA regular. And PBC, as you always put me up on game with all the rankings and all of the different sanctioning bodies. WBA, PBC, hand in hand. Brown envelope. Here you go.
Hey, sport icons. I want to ask you a question. What do you think about what Floyd said when where he said that they are only going to make Mayweather Promotions PBC in-house fights, pretty much.
Well,
like literally, that's what he said word for word. Like, what did he say?
Well, if you cast your mind back to before lockdown, you had Fox Sport and was it Len Ellerby? Somebody saying how they want to make a PBC belt. So maybe this is a step in that direction.
If they ever do that,
a PBC belt, what is that?
To make a PBC belt, what, like as a sanctioning, as an offshoot, or as a sanctioning body?
They have the ability to do that. They could do that with Tank. They could say, forget all the belts. We'll put you in pay-per-view fights. We'll call it a PBC belt, and people will go and people will enjoy it because people are going to watch him for the fighting for the mini belts. I think if they did that with Tank, people would still go. They still have a great time. People will still be happy. They don't care because if you're going to go and watch somebody fight for a regular belt, what's the difference between that and a PBC fight? I'll just go and watch them fight anyway. If you know that if you enjoy the fights, you put some great fights, the show's great, the entertainment's good, you go and watch them fight. You know, not everybody's watching somebody just because they're champions. Even if they're not a champion, they still fight them. Even if they make up a belt, I think they could do it if they wanted to. I just don't think they've got enough fighters that have that ability. If they had enough 3 or 4 Tanks, I think PBC would seriously consider launching their own belt and forgetting sanctioning fees.
So let me ask you a question. So
what did you say about this man's nose? Oh God, it's Leonard Ellerby putting it on you, Malachi. Leonard Ellerby's coming.
Leonard, brother, it was a joke. But if this is real Leonard, I don't even know if this is real Leonard. We don't know. I doubt it is.
It better not be.
No, I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
No. Because I just got a super chat by Jorge Linares. So, you know. Look, Jorge Linares gave us a super Look, there's Jorge. So, you know, it's an all-star lineup here. We've got Leonard Ellerby, we've got Sporting Icons, Malachi, Fight Fans, you know, Jorge Linares. We're just waiting for Deontay Wilder.
Shane, let me ask you a question. So if they do create a PBC belt like Sporting Icons is saying, would that belt be transferable? If someone outside of the PBC just so happened to beat a fighter that holds the PBC belt,
in-house fights,
would they be able to?
In-house fights only. That's all they'll do. Yeah.
Jorge, love you.
You want to fight a PBC fighter? Sign up.
Yeah, they're not look, he said they're not going to let Tank fight any elite level fighters unless they're green, compromised, or at the end of their career. So go on. So what was you saying, Sporting, about? So this isn't a big win for Tank at all, because did you know much about Barrios? I had to go up and watch and do a couple of film studies. I liked what I saw. He is an average out of 10 being the best fighter, 0 being the most rubbish. I'd give him. He's about 5.5 to 6. Yeah. But he's got good power. And as we saw, he's tall and rangy. I knew he was going to pose a problem for Tank because of these dimensions. But I thought Tank was going to beat him, but points split decision.
No, I mean, we did a prediction on Coach Malachi's show, didn't we? Where I said that Tank will stop him late. Because
you did.
The reason is that Barrios is a good fighter against subpar opposition. So we didn't know how good he was going to be. But Tank, I mean, love him or hate him, Tank is a hell of a talent. A hell of a talent. It's just a shame that
he's not allowed to fight.
Yeah, exactly.
But he puts on entertaining fights. Even these subpar talents, the fights are really entertaining. I can't say I haven't enjoyed his fights.
But I don't want to hear that, fam. I don't want to hear it. Like, if you're not going for, you want elite money, but you're not doing elite fighting, like opposition.
The fans who went were more than happy with what they said. They paid elite money to watch him fight non-elite opposition.
This what I want to tell you, Fight Fan. I'm going to be honest with you. Tank has a massive following on the East Coast in the United States. So we're talking about New York. He's from Baltimore, Maryland. He's from Baltimore, Maryland. Right? East Coast. Baltimore, all throughout the East Coast, Georgia, Florida. That's why they keep throwing. Anytime they have a fight for Tank, it's always going to be in Atlanta, right in Atlanta, Georgia, right? Because everybody, Midwest is going to come out too. He has a loyal. Listen. He has casual boxing fans.
Yeah,
he
he
doesn't
does.
have people out there watching him like me and
Yeah,
you.
it's not
He has
purist.
casual. He has rappers come out. You know, he
Yeah,
has
he
his
does.
casual,
He does. He does.
just
He does
casual
all
boxing
right.
fans.
Even
That's
though
it.
his suit was 2 sizes too big, it looked like Big Bird from Sesame Street, a la via Elvis Presley.
Sam was saying that, but Shelton enjoyed it. I'd call him hardcore. Shelton enjoyed the fight. He went.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Meaning the whole card wasn't like for it was purist. It was, but Tank as a headliner, he does bring out casuals.
Yeah, he does. He does. But he
But
brings them
the
out.
whole card wasn't for casuals.
No, as a matter of fact, folks, because Shelton was there, from what he told me, it was damn near half empty. It was like half full before Tank came on the stage. And then once Tank came to the ring, everybody poured in. They didn't even want to see the undercard. This is how you know they were casuals.
Yeah, they wanted to get to the main event. They wanted to get to the main event. So sporting. With that being said, where do you put the five? I'm saying the 5 kings. In what order do you go from? I say Loma, Tio, Haney, Tank, and Garcia. Who's the best out of that 135 division? Out of those lot, because there's the other lads. So we've got the Linares, we got loads of other different people. But I mean, out of the who they call as the 5 kings, I'm calling 5 kings. They say 4.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think that Lopez. I mean, you have to call him number 1 because is he undisputed? Is he not? It doesn't really matter. He beat Lomachenko.
Mm-hmm.
But at the minute, you have to say him. But I do think he's vulnerable. I think in a rematch with Lomachenko, I can't see him.
He loses. Loma wins.
Yeah.
Loma wins.
I think he does. But there again, we have to see it to be right or not. But ultimately, I think that the worst of the lot is probably Ryan Garcia. Even though I like Ryan Garcia probably more than the rest.
He's the pits. It's sporting. He's the pits.
Well, I mean, he's a good Instagram fighter. He's.
That's all he said. That's all he said.
I saw against the Campbell fight. I saw some good stuff in the Campbell fight.
Yeah, no, that was a good fight, man. And he showed heart and he got right up and he's won, mate. And he's got power. But all of his stupid excuses and, just you don't ever want to do any of the fights. You just wanted to hit the speed bag and do your.
And that's what I'm struggling to do. I'm struggling to get his annoying comments online and just focus on what he does.
So annoying. He's saying that. Did any of you guys see my commentary about him doing the Let Us Pray?
Oh.
Let us pray for all of the mean people that are mean.
No, I didn't see that, Sam. What is that video?
He did a praying on Instagram Live where he was, he had different pastors coming through, and then he did the last,
who did?
Garcia. Let's not be hypocrites.
Man, this guy. Listen.
Let's be humble. No, let's all be humble. You're the meanest one. You're the one that's going after Devin Haney. When Devin Haney was like, yo, my dude, I know you said you're not feeling too good, and, thoughts are with you. Then Devin Haney beats Linares, and then he goes, if that was me, I would have knocked him out. Devin Haney.
But you ducked him.
About people being mean to you. This guy, he may do have mental health, he may do. He may do.
How can you call somebody out or say you would knock them out when you duck them? That makes no sense.
Because he's got mental health.
You know what? This mental health stuff came out.
No, you get it now.
No, I just think he's a duck. I don't think there's anything wrong with his mental health, but you're making it sound like maybe he deserve to duck.
For you to be that contradictory, you're not a full ticket up there.
You can be a liar and a duck. You can be a liar and a duck and have your wits about you.
Yeah, he's just a liar.
A liar and a duck.
So who's he going to fight next, though? Who is he going to fight next? Is he
who's he fighting next for him?
It's going to be some kind of scrub, just to make it look like he's on some kind of comeback from his mental health breakdown.
What if he takes the Tank route though, and just fight because he's got his following and people pay to watch him fight? Just fight whoever he wants and not fight quality opposition.
Well, if you think about it, he was perfectly fine about fighting like a Manny Pacquiao on an exhibition. He was perfectly fine. As if that fell through, suddenly he had mental health. because he didn't want to have to go fight, was it Fortuna?
Yeah. Oh, God. Where's all my moderators? This guy timed out. Being an idiot. Leonard Ellaby's being an idiot. Time out for you, mate.
Yeah. Shan, I'm gonna say, Shan, that guy's crazy.
Yeah, crazy. I just seen it. Yeah, he's just gonna fight any old tuna can, you know, give him a body shot, put him to sleep, and then move on and talk about for me, he still stays at the bottom for a good old minute. Who do you have, Tio versus Haney, sporting? Who would win, Tio versus Haney?
Oh, it's a good thing I'm not a gambling man, because I'll probably lose on that one. I don't know. It's so close. I think I'd probably have to go with Lopez, because as much as a talent Haney is, I don't think he's matured yet. I don't think he's got his man strength yet. And he's shown a lot of vulnerabilities. And if you're going to fight some of these top guys and you're not carrying power or the power that's needed, you might be in trouble.
Yeah, we all said Tio wins as well. We all said Tio beats Haney. Tank v Loma, sporting.
Come on. There's a reason why Tank didn't want to fight him a long time ago, and there's a reason why I don't want to fight him now.
Okay. You've gone with Loma. We said the same thing. Okay.
Be a good fight, though.
All of these fights with these little lot would be really good if they.
I think that's like Ryan Garcia should come to like my city, Newcastle, and fight Ritson.
He come in it. Could you imagine Ryan Garcia in Newcastle?
Yeah, we'll welcome him. We've got a nice Tyne Bridge over there.
We welcome him with stones and pelting. You don't make us Londoners look soft. You know, right ruffians over there, yeah.
Well, yeah, because you lot like Shandy, we don't.
You look like baby.
Oh, you know what? I've had
some of my best times up in Newcastle though before we're not there. Trust me. Yeah, I have. They'll stay in my memory banks, never out the mouth. Anyway, Haney Garcia.
Haney.
He said that. Yeah. Haney Loma.
Oh, I don't know. As much as I would probably favour Loma, I think that Haney, I know he seemed very, very confident for a long time about Lomachenko. He's seen something in Lomachenko that he feels he can beat. And I don't think it's just that he wants a payday. I think he genuinely feels he can beat him. But can he beat him?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. It might be a percentage, but I just don't really think so.
Well, Haney's the quickest of the five, isn't he? So Haney will think he will be the most difficult to time.
Because they're both like, what? They're both like counter punchers. They're both, well, as you can see Loma being offensive.
Yeah.
In this fight. He can switch it up between the two depending on who, because when he fought Tio, he was defensive mainly. But when he fought Nakatani, he was a brute. So I don't know. So it could be I'd put 60-40 Loma on that with Loma and Haney. Someone wants to ask the question.
You know, do you think Lomachenko has a problem with speed?
Here they've come smooth.
Go ahead. Coach, say again.
Phil Mitchell.
Do you think Lomachenko has a problem with speed?
Speed? Yeah,
like if he's fighting a fighter like they're saying that that's very quick, has quick feet, fast hands.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Loma has vulnerabilities with like somebody who literally comes to fight and has something about him. If you stand there in front of him, like that's a Nakatani, like this past weekend, you're in a whole world of pain. But if you move around like Lopez did, like Haney can, like Tank can, they can all cause him problems. But I think Lomachenko, because of that Lopez fight, I think you're probably going to see a totally different fight from now on. He isn't going to wait so long to get into the fight. From opening bell, he's just going to go at it.
Yeah, just go at it from first bell. And Loma takes a bit of a minute to warm up, though. He don't usually just go at it straight away. He does tend to 2-3 rounder it till he's well warmed up, but you can't take that risk anymore, Loma to the Chenko. So Phil Mitchell from EastEnders now. I told you it's an all-star line up there. Yeah, we've got all-star line up here.
was amazing.
You guys have got to be like, can you just not use your own names or names that I don't understand this troll. This trolling. What is the word? This troll.
Is he a troll?
Troll culture. Troll culture. That's what it is. It's just
still being a troll. Oh, Philly Mitchell.
Yeah, but why are you being Phil Mitchell? All right, sporting the statue. Take it away.
The statue. Well, I thought it was. Well,
I've got to show you. I told you my stance on it, didn't I? There are 2 different versions of the statue, but I'll tell you it again. But everyone's had their versions, and people's been stabbing me at the jugular.
Yeah, somebody asked me about the statue today, and I didn't even really look at it. And then I looked at it, and educate me, because maybe it's something that I don't know. What's racial about it?
Okay.
Like, I'm not trying to be funny.
So before sporting answers then. Okay, so the first statue of, Tyson Fury and him and Wilder just like going to fall down, not a problem with whatever happened to fight. Second statue, which you may have not seen, is Wilder on the floor and the one with Fury above him. But then they've cut that out and they've always sort of Ricky Hatton there at that point.
Okay.
Yes, my Japanese people, massively appreciate it. That's far afield.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa. That's it. That's what I wanted to find. Konnichiwa. Big up to you. Salute. Because I know you love your dance all there as well. So, Jamaican to the world too. But anyway, back to the UK slang. Right. So Phil, what was it? Woke up a whole, what? What are you not, what have I not seen? Anyway, so the statue, because anyway, so the second one with him lying down on the floor. I don't know if you've seen slavery pictures with that with the slave master above the slave in the same position. Sometimes he's got a whip in his hand, sometimes he's not. And it's the position that it's exactly the same. Go look it up. I've seen those since I was a kid.
Okay.
So that one didn't need to be made. What I'm saying is the first statue, cool. But then when you're going down that line, I don't understand why that one had to be made. All right, yeah, did he hit the floor? Yeah, he did. But you've done one. But then when you've got it and the flags above, flags around it, and go and look at some. I had a guy come through today from Ireland, white guy. He said, I know exactly, because he goes, I saw those same images when I studied Black history, and he's from Ireland. And he said, I think he was shown them from another white guy as he was growing up, about slavery. And those images came to his mind. So this is
the problem I have with that, right?
But that's the problem. I'm not a race baiter, as you know, because
I know,
it's not everything. But when I do call it, I don't appreciate people telling me that I shouldn't be offended. When I've clearly just said, I get the first thing, but the second thing is reason why I feel a bit offended. That's all. And I don't even like Wilder.
So this is the question I have. The statue of Wilder, I'm going to have to look at that part. The statue of Wilder was laying down and Tyson Fury standing over him?
Yeah, there's 2. So there's the one where Fury, when he hits Wilder with the body shot, and Wilder's kind of like that. Yeah, there's that one. Got no problem with it. But I got the problem with the one where Wilder's on the floor, on his back on the floor, and Fury's standing over it.
Okay, this is the issue I have. In the fight when Wilder and Fury fought, Fury did knock Wilder down, and he was standing over.
I know, but what I'm saying is, it's the connotations. Like the guy, the connotations. Just drop it out. Why didn't you come out with this statue last year anyway? So I still would have been offended with that second one. But why have you thought that you need to do 2?
What is what is the Alphabet Boys saying?
Oh, they're going ham.
So my thing is this:
they're going ham, but you know, of course they're going to go ham. And at the end of the day, I said on here, it's a bit of backfiring in a way. I can see it's a serve you right thing, because look at all the shit and race baiting that you've done, and now it's come to bite you in your ass. So, you know. Now,
but see, that's my thing. Like, I'm like, well, those guys make everything racial. If I'm not saying it is. I'm saying because it's coming from them. Because it's coming from them.
I'm just saying it's coming from me as well. Because I didn't care what they were saying. I just looked at it. I didn't even get their feedback. I looked at it, did my bit, and then heard all the uproar of what was happening, and I was like, oh gosh. So yeah, so I couldn't care less.
So basically, they're saying that the makers of the statue are racist. They're slave masters, and what?
It's just inappropriate. We just didn't see, like, there's already tension between UK blacks and US blacks because of this whole fucking stupid fight.
It's not because of the UK. It's not because of the UK though. It's because of these blacks over there.
It's because it's over there. So now you've given them like something to go off on. See, we told you that it's racist, and this is why we need to look out for ourselves. And it's giving them that, and I didn't want them to have that, but I get why they're clinging on to that. Do you understand? We didn't need to help their narrative, but go ahead, Sporting.
Well, so what about this one then? So, I mean, I've done like I don't know, so many different troll pictures of Wilder being bounced around the canvas, and one of them happens to be that pose where I've got like a transparent image, and I've had him getting flushed down the toilet and all kinds of things.
Yeah.
So, at no point did I think about any kind of slavery thing. It didn't even occur to me. So it's possible. It is possible that the guy who made that had the same like thing of me, purely trolling Wilder.
Yeah, but I'm sure he's loads older than all of us, Sporting. This guy's you know more about who this geezer is, isn't it? Ain't he loads older?
Yeah,
but that's what I was trying to say, Shan. Before that guy Jameson started trolling and we had to block him, I was trying to say that it is perfectly capable to do something.
Yeah, but I want to hear how old this geezer is, the sculptor is. How old is he, Sporting?
He's about 50, something like that.
50.
He's from Leeds. He does like a lot of statues for like Winston Churchill, for the Leeds football team, historical things, and
this is what he's done. Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill, by the way, is a racist prime minister that we had back in the 1940s, Mal. So,
because of India, and he did the Captain Tom and that as well for the NHS.
I love Captain Tom one because I loved Captain Tom, and I was gutted when Captain Tom passed away, because he passed away not because of old age, because he got COVID.
Was it?
Wasn't it COVID that he got, or did he get? Was it just the old age? I thought he died with COVID. I was like, he lived so long, and then it gets to COVID, and then he dies.
Can't remember. I have to check that.
Yeah, check it. I could be wrong, but Captain Tom was a dog.
But this guy, he's a huge Tyson Fury fan. He's got like another statue of Tyson Fury in that as well.
Is he?
Yeah.
Do you get my point though, Sporting, of that? I know.
Oh, of course. You can certainly look at it, and I mean, if you're clued up about that kind of thing, which obviously you are, then yeah, of course. When you've got like a white man in like a Ricky Hatton stood there, but at the same time, if Ricky Hatton's going to have a picture with this guy, with this Deontay Wilder sprawled out on the canvas,
because they passed out. They told Ricky
where's he supposed to stand?
Yeah,
it's for him. I described the guy who made the statue. There was a guy next to Ricky Hatton. He had a handlebar kind of goatee without the bottom bit, and I described him as having a universally racist look, saying that if he was casted a movie to play a racist American white man, or a racist German white man, or a racist British white man, that look would be suitable. Does that sound to you? Does that sound offensive? Do you think that's hypocritical, me saying that while talking about this topic?
It can be yeah, I mean, of course.
No, like what we've seen as Leon's not described it like what we've seen as the type of look that that have been in history, the racist dictators like the Adolf Hitlers, the skinheads, sometimes the Hells Angels back in the day, the goatee skinhead, and that look has been, or the Adolf Hitler, that, and all of the Nazi type of look. There's a look of that's always been depicted, and it's fact through history. We've seen these pictures of these people. So there was a guy, if you look on your report, Sporting, the guy in the blue shirt standing like that, taking a picture, is what we said. Oh, mate, he looks
like a goose-stepping Nazi. I just thought, if that's offensive, I was just interested to, but I don't think I got.
You know the guy we're talking about, Sporting?
Well, the guy in the picture?
Yeah, in the blue shirt.
Yeah, with Ricky Hatton.
Yeah, is that Ricky Hatton's mate, or is he just someone that's come to like?
No, he's a sculpture.
No, the one in the blue. Oh, what? Wait. The guy? No, he's a person.
Yeah, he's a sculptor.
He's the guy that's done the sculpture. That is him. He's the one that made the statue.
Oh, he's the sculpturer. I thought you were saying he's a part of the sculpture.
What? No.
I was like, no, I thought that's a sly tendencies. Big up yourself and big up Silvestri as well. Okay, so yeah, that's what we was talking about basically, and that was only where I was coming from. But then in the same breath, I was saying that I could see why they've done it, and also that Wilder hasn't done the greatest by being the most contradictive, and with the LGBTQ bit using the race card, being racist against blacks, some being racist against whites. It's all a fucking mess out here.
But certainly, I mean, I can see how people can make it look like that. I mean, I haven't seen those pictures, so
yeah, just Google them when you come off.
But I mean, I don't know.
Put slave master with slave, or overseer with slave, and they come up.
Well, the guy, he said that he's been getting like a lot of abuse for like calling him a racist and everything, and he said that if this continues, he'll just destroy the one lying on the floor.
Destroy it. I'm down with it. Destroy. See, I couldn't be the only one feeling like this. Now that because I was made like Sporting. Do you know how much people have come into my comments? That some people that were really cool, like some cool subbers, and you disgust me with your racism and your
if he doesn't believe it's racist
and this, and you're a fool. You clear your head out. Do you know how much onslaught I've had for my commentary?
Right,
and I feel is this. Don't you think that's disgusting? That I'm saying that I'm offended by something, and I've explained the offence. Why is my offence? Why are you offended by my offence?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, people are entitled to be offended to whatever they want to be
they
offended
want.
at. Okay, well, this way. Okay, so I've said I don't know how many times now that I feel that Anthony Joshua beats Wilder, Dillian White beats Wilder, and I take sides of Dillian White and Anthony Joshua. That I've been called racist because I go against Wilder. But I'm racist because I'm picking Anthony Joshua or Dillian White to beat him. This is the mentality of the people that we're dealing with.
Fraternity. When you're with them against the guy that they don't like, you're the best thing since sliced bread. If you have an objective opinion on the other side, you're the devil incarnate.
Of course.
So right now, I know me and you and Malachi, but us two specifically as Brits, we're getting it now because we're not really on Deontay Wilder's side. Not really, we're just not.
I don't think he should.
And we're not. Wait, Lee, and we're not on Tyson Fury's side. So where you used to be a Tyson Fury avid supporter, so now are you getting both of the supporters going at you at all?
Of course. And I'm sure Coach and everybody is as well.
Is people calling you a traitor because we're British? Oh, why are you going to Brit?
Oh yeah, of course. I hate travellers apparently.
Yeah.
I'm I'm a traitor on both sides. I'm a traitor because I'm British and I'm not going with the Brits. And I'm a traitor with black Americans because I'm not going with the black guy. Can I live? Can a fucking bitch live?
Yeah, I know.
It's ridiculous. We just want to do boxing.
But at the same time, though, doesn't it make it more interesting? If everybody agreed with me, I think I'll probably end up having to stop because I'll get bored.
Yeah, you're going to have to stop then. We're all agreeing with you recently, love, so you're going to have to stop, dude.
This is what that the statue be destroyed if he never made it to be racist. I don't think he should destroy it. If I made a statue and people got offended, I wouldn't.
Destroy that business, and we'll never buy something from you and never commission nothing from you again. And I guess you will want more money to do some more Winston Churchill sculptures that will get thrown into the River Thames anyway. Then no money. No, you'll destroy it if you've got good business acumen. You'll destroy it.
I mean, my thing is this: you can imagine a scenario where the guy made the statue of a moment in a fight, and it wasn't done to be racist. You can imagine that. So, because some people have taken it as being racist, as a sculpture to then have to destroy the statue, I'm just thinking if it was me, I made it and people didn't like it, I'd be like, that's your business. Like, either don't buy it or try and cancel me on Twitter all you like, but I'm not destroying it. I believe I never made it.
Well, let me ask all three of you a question here. Okay, so is it offensive or is it a racist when you see people in Mexico having murals and statues and whatever else of Andy Ruiz Jr. standing over the knockdown body of Anthony Joshua?
It has to be the same standard. You can't. And this is what I was talking about today on my show. You know, you have double standards,
energy,
hypocrisy, and then the contradictions. So
I'm not up to date with how Mexicans treated that.
I would have to see how the stance is. If it was that exact kind of like how I've seen with the pictures lining up with Tyson Fury's one, then I'd say yeah. But if it was just like Anthony Josh in a different, I don't know. I'm keeping the same energy. But it was just that Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder's one was so hang on with the slavery thing. That was all.
I think what's missing from that sporting is the context of I don't know the history of Mexican and racism.
And also, I take that into consideration.
I don't know history. I wouldn't take that. I would take that into consideration that the country of origin, like if that was done in Colombia, yes, there was slave trading and stuff like that. But I don't know. Like, it wouldn't seem as bad if the position wasn't the same. And the country of Mexico doesn't really rock like that. I'm not saying they ain't got racism, but you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'd have to see, but I would like to think if they was in the same position though, with him like that, or maybe in the, you know, AJ like how he is. Hang on.
Well, there are like a very, very similar ones, but obviously you've got like Muhammad Ali stood over Joe Frazier. You've got like Anthony Joshua stood over Vladimir Klitschko in pretty much the same kind of position.
And that's what I was saying, because there are scenarios in a boxing match where that happens. So I think the guy is wrong. If he never meant it that way,
I'm not saying that he intentionally did, by the way. I'm not saying that because I can't prove Ian is that was his intent. I'm just saying that there's been things over the years on anything grown up. You know us sporting on TV, something offends the Brits. Everybody writes into Ofcom. They do a formal apology. You know how it goes, whether we saw the offence or not. There was a load of people that was offended. So you just try and fix it. Do you understand? If there's a load of people offended and you've got one statue and one is offending people, the other one's offended people, just for the sake of all of it, just destroy it.
But that's what if he just leans it up a little bit?
Huh?
What if he just leans it up in a bit?
Did you say what if he leans it up a little bit?
Yeah. So it's like his feet touching the floor. So he's like halfway. He's about to hit the floor. Would that be?
It would be better than him being on the floor. Yeah.
There you go. I think you should just do that then.
Yeah.
Or just give me the statue.
Like
I'll put it in my local gym.
Don't you dare put that on your gym, in your gym. Don't you dare put that statue, any of them, in your gym.
He gives me that statue. I'm gonna be putting up for like Instagram pictures of me naked, sitting on Wilder's face and all sorts.
Well, you better put a wedge on it, because I would be getting there if it was fucking on the floor. I'll get you for that.
Well, you know, here in the States,
I'd ride its back. I'd be like, let's have a go. Well, he's on the front, innit? I'd be like, let's have a go. People would be you'd be doing 50p a ride, innit? Everybody wants to go and sit on John A. Wilder. Make a lot of money.
No. What I was saying, here in the States, there's a heavy racial dynamic with blacks and Mexicans. Especially like in LA on the West Coast. That's like the gangbangers. They have a black and white. They have a black and Latino war. They have one going on in Chicago as well. So,
no, that's true. And being in boxing, we've had a lot of problems with Mexican adversaries saying all types of stuff. I've had some problems. I've seen it on panels. Some of them coming on and saying some stuff. So I do get it.
And then we have issues with blacks. They're racist towards each other.
Yeah, like I'm saying, it's still a mess. One's not better than the other. It's all horrible.
To the point where they're killing each other at an alarming rate. So,
here, it's not as bad as it over there, but it's covert here. And then when you say something, this is what I'm saying. When I say something, I'm not being bad. The Tyson Fury fans come out, and they're the ones that have called me names like black this and black that. They're Tyson Fury fans. So it shows that racism is well and alive here as well. It's just not as blatant as it is in the States, but it's here.
Very subtle here. Very subtle. Coach, let me ask you a question, Coach.
Man, if you go, it's very subtle. I know, but for anything that's degrading, it doesn't matter if it's subtle or extreme. It's horrible.
What is Wilder's point, Coach, when he's saying that how he's more hated than Anthony Joshua because he's darker skinned than Anthony Joshua?
Man, all this.
I never heard this thing before.
No, we've got that. It's called colorism. We've got that within the black community, but it's called the Willie Lynch syndrome. Willie Lynch was a slave master, and what he did, he made the darker slaves stay out in the cotton fields, and they got treated worse. And the lighter skinned slaves, especially the ones with that, he raped the women, the black women with them, created like lighter versions. Though they was allowed to stay in the house. So it then pitted, and then because they was called the house slaves and they was the field slaves, the house slaves who were lighter thought they were better than the cotton picking slaves. And what they would do, if they overheard the field slaves trying to overturn the slave master or run away, they would tell the slave master, this is what this field slave is doing. So it pitted us against each other, and it's always stayed the same.
Right.
It's called the Willie Lynch syndrome.
No, I thought it was like an American thing. That's what I thought it was.
No.
What were you asking me?
Light skin.
Huh?
Light skin versus dark skin. Deontay Wilder saying that Anthony Joshua's white because he's light skin.
Yeah, this is the problem with that. It is colorism in America. I mean, especially amongst the black community. My thing is this here, because I used to be on that side of the fence, right? And we have standards. 1 minute with black, we got to put each other.
Willie Lynch is not great. You're cutting out, Mal.
Huh?
You're going robotic. The Willie Lynch papers were proven fake. The Willie Lynch syndrome, whether or not, I don't know what you're saying.
I know what you're talking about.
Now Willie Lynch syndrome is very much a thing, Karma. So are you saying that there's no such thing as colorism in the black community?
No, she's saying the actual papers.
I never knew about any papers.
Yeah. There's a book on it. I mean, they teach you that in the Nation of Islam. But anyway, this is the problem. This is what I say, Sport Icons, and I say this all the time on my show. I say, listen, if you are from the UK, do not get involved in the racial politics Black American racial politics in America. It'll just confuse you. You will not understand it because there's so many different contradictions, so many inconsistencies. You know, listen, it'll confuse the hell out of you. Everything can be interpreted as racist, even when it's not racist. It's all subjective. And within Black America, there are different beliefs, different crews, different cliques, different thought patterns. If you don't be on what they call on code, if you don't believe and think this, then you're a coon, sellout, Uncle Tom. So you're going to call me these same racial things that you say are racist. If a white person says it, then, you know, I will shoot you, kill you, separate you from your mother, your wife, your kids, if you don't agree. It's so much shit going on. Blacks warring with Latinos, Latinos beefing with blacks. It'll just confuse you.
Yeah,
there is no, and
let's
then
not
the
be
white
involved.
man is racist. We hate white people, but we have white wives, mixed children, listen. Do whatever you can do, just stay out of it. Whatever you do, just try to stay
we're
out of
minding
it.
our business, aren't we, sporting?
You know, listen, sporting icons. It's a lose-lose situation. If
Yeah,
you
we
say
got our own
anything,
problem. We got our own
if
problem.
you say anything, you will be labeled as a racist. This, that, yada, 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 yada. It's a lose-lose situation. And you know, I speak on it because me being a Black American over here, I can speak about it, you know, and talk hard on it. And even I get called the coon, Uncle Tom, sellout, Sambo, all this other stuff. But those words doesn't harm me. I take those words and okay, that's cool. You know what I mean? And run with it and expose it for what it is. The problem I have is when you're dealing with a group of people who, and in America, you have people what you call race hustlers and professional race baiters. So these race hustlers have partnership with white news media outlets like CNN. A perfect example. A shooting can happen in Chicago. Chicago has the highest crime rate in America, right? Listen, blacks are killing each other at an alarming rate in America, in Chicago. You know, black kids are getting killed. 3-year-old children, 6-year-old children getting shot and killed on their porches by black men. It's not white people doing this. It's black people doing this. I'm the coon, Uncle Tom sellout for bringing this out, right? But as soon as a white police officer, you know, women cannot walk their kids in their neighborhoods in the streets without getting shot, killed, worried about something like that happening. But as soon as a white officer kills a black person, it's up in arms. And I'm not saying it shouldn't be up in arms. My issue is this here. Why are we not up in arms when this 3-year-old boy got shot and killed in Chicago by Ray Ray? Why are we not up in arms when the mother, 9-month-old mother, I got videos, a 9-month-old mother got shot up by a gangbanger because he was trying to shoot at another guy. He didn't hit the guy, but she got shot up and killed. Do you understand?
Coach, that means people are up in arms about it. If there is a video, people are up in arms about these things.
Right. So what I'm saying is, man, I'm gonna tell you something. Don't get involved in it. It'll just confuse you. It's a double standard, quadruple standard. Basically, this is the message. We can kill each other all day, no problem. The major problem is racism, white supremacy. We need to find racism, white supremacy. Man, but listen, bro, like we're dying at an alarming rate. Our babies are getting killed. Our women are getting killed. We're not protecting our children. None of this. None of that matters.
Coach. Wherever there's a demographic of people, I bet you will find that the majority of white people kill white people. The majority of Asian people. I don't
care about that, man. Listen, I hear this argument all the time about, if white people was over here. Listen, man, I hear this all the time. I don't care about that. I'm addressing what's going on here in America, you know, as it relates to the black racial dynamic. There's a quadruple standard. If white people killing each other, okay. If whoever killing each other, okay. I'm saying that these guys, we have race hustlers. I don't know how they have it in the UK. Here in America, you have professional race hustlers who profit off of racial issues. This is their thing. They make money from white corporations. Anything that looks racial, okay, let's call sporting icons. Hey, listen, a black guy just got shot in North Miami by a white cop. You know what happened. You know, irregardless of what happened, it doesn't matter what happened. It's a black cop,
That's
the white
but
cop shot a black
are,
person.
I have to disagree. People are up in arms when any young child who gets shot by somebody, people would be up in arms. I don't agree that to say, oh, people only make noise about it. The media chooses to make an example when it's a white police officer and a black man. It's the media that does it. But then people are up in arms. Any child who's getting shot by any drug dealer, no matter what color the child is or the drug dealer, people who know about it will be up in arms because that's a disgusting thing.
Wait, hear me out though. I'm not saying that people are not up in arms. There's a lot of people up in arms, but that's not being covered. What I'm trying to tell you is the media is picking and choosing what they want to cover in order to fit a certain narrative. There's a narrative that's being pushed in America, and the narrative is what's the problem. We're going to ignore what the real problem is, look at something that fits the narrative and hype that up as being the problem while ignoring the real problem. This is what's going on. So this is why people this is the issue, right? So when I started my channel was going to be about politics, race, and religion. Thank God I didn't do that.
Thank God, man. That would have been boring. You're too funny for that. How would you have got away with doing that?
No. I wouldn't have gotten away with it. That's why I'm not doing it. I got away with it.
Okay, let me ask this one question then quick. So I did a video where I was really, really shocked, and I don't know whether I misunderstood it. Maybe I did, because obviously I'm not American, I'm not a black guy. So after the Wilder Fury Part 2 fight happened, I was seeing on Fox Sports, you had, or was it,
They're racist.
Well, yeah, but I've seen that Larry Merchant was celebrating that America no longer has a black champion, and Sean Porter was smiling and clapping.
Sean Porter's a coon.
Confused.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Sean Porter is what they call, what a black person would call, and it's bad because it would be called a coon, but he would be classed as, he'd be quick to go against social black issues to appease his employers. So he gets called a coon because he almost
listen. Perfect example. It's this dude in your chat right now, David Day. He's calling me a coon. He say, "Coach."
Well, you've got the spanner. Just time him out.
Wait. No, it's no problem. It's no problem. Hey, listen, you can.
I can't even see everyone. I've been timing out mothers like.
No, you can come on my show tomorrow. At 3:00 Eastern Standard Time. New meeting today.
Where is he? What has he said? What's his name?
We can have the coon talk all you want to.
Does he call you a coon?
Yeah, that's no problem. I have no problem with it.
He call you a crab. Coach is a coach. Why? What happened? This is from pear-shaped. No, I don't really care. We're for the battle and the wire.
It's no problem. I love these guys.
He said, Coach, I didn't see all of that, Mal. But Mal, but you can see it, address it, and then get him out of it. Shall we get him out now?
No. I want to invite him. Listen, brother, you can come to my show.
Yeah, invite him to the show.
Spend the time. New media today, USA Boxing. I'll be
on panel.
You can call me Coons and other times you want. I promise you, I will dismantle you easily.
So why is he a coon? Am I a coon then? Like, let me just see let me see. Am I a coon then? Because I don't understand. Why is Coach a coon and am I not a coon, or am I a coon, or why are we both coons? Let me just see. No, I just want to see, their psyche. Are you American?
I put him on timeout for 5 minutes.
Oh, you should have let me untime him.
You can't.
Let me untime. Can I untime him? No, you can't.
But it is what it is.
You see what I'm saying though, sporting? It's none of our damn business. That's what's good. It's not your fault. We've got our own issues here. That charity starts at home. let's just do our own thing. It's sad. It's sad because I've come from a mixed mother and a mixed grandmother, and you know what I mean, and a black dad, and my mum was always felt embarrassed about having a bit of a mix in her, and she would always go, "No, I'm black." Well, she is, but she's more black, but then she's got a quarter of white in her, and she always felt that she didn't really like that about her, so she was always adamant, like, and it's a shame because At the end of the day, like, we're just fucking people. But I don't care who's mixed and who's not. What you're not going to do is talk about you're pro-black and then your wife isn't black. I don't care if your wife's an alien. But then don't be talking about that you don't like Area 52, but your wife was on a lab table there as coming down from Mars. Do you know what I mean? Like, just let's not be contradictory. That's all I'm saying. Do you understand what I'm saying, Sporting? We don't care.
Well, I think that
from the UK.
Well, if somebody's wife is an alien, I want to see it.
No, this is the problem.
I want to have a look.
No, this is the problem. This is the problem.
Doesn't Sporting say Shelley Finkel's wife is married to an alien?
No, Shelley Finkel is an alien. That's what people say.
This is the problem. This is the problem.
You unhid him, Lise. Yeah, I just want to hear what this guy has got to say.
Well, I want to say something right quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
There are real racial issues going on in America. I would never deny that. The problem is, well, hear me out. The problem is you have people in certain positions that would exploit those issues for financial gain.
And that's what we're not on.
This is where the water gets murky at.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about. Wilder's people, them.
I'm not necessarily just saying Wilder's people. I'm saying this is where the water gets murky at. So when I call that out, I'm the coon.
You're the coon.
I'm the Tom. I'm the sellout. And listen, and my problem is this here. You water down the real racial issues because you're always crying wolf.
Like Ryan Garcia with mental health. Ryan Garcia with mental health. Now you make it that people really do have mental health. We're not even looking at it. But now these people that, like what you're saying, you're crying wolf. Making the issues diluted.
Right. So when there's a real issue, you dilute it because you cried wolf so much to fit you want to fit your narrative and say, you see, perfect example. Yeah, man, race matters in boxing. This what's been going on throughout the history of time with Jack Johnson and stuff. You're right about that. But what we won't do, what I won't let you do is this. Don't take what Jack Johnson went through, Sugar Ray Robinson went through, Joe Louis went through. They went through real racial issues.
And Muhammad Ali, even up until
right. They went Larry Holmes as well. They went through real racial issues, and because those things did happen, and that's real, you want to tie it into your situation that when your situation had nothing to do with race. That's lost the goddamn fight.
Because of them, you sitting in your little, well, not little, you're sitting in your compound, £10 million Alabama compound, living a quite privileged life. Yeah, so I don't know what type of privilege. You must have borrowed that white privilege because you're living more privileged than me.
Wait, but
he should stop trying to attach his plight, which is no plight, by the way, his plight to people's real plights. This is what pisses me off with Deontay Wilder. This is what really pisses me off about him. Do you understand? There's big issues. There's Muhammad Ali served 3 years in prison, federal prison.
No, he didn't go to prison.
He went to prison for 3 years, Muhammad Ali.
No, he didn't go to prison. No.
Okay, so what about this? Okay,
he was strict.
Because
he didn't want to fight in Vietnam.
Yeah, he didn't go to prison though. He fought it, and he won. The Supreme Court ruled in his favor 3.5 years.
But what was it? They didn't allow him to fight for 3 years.
Right, but he got strict.
Right. I thought he was imprisoned for 3 years.
He got sentenced to do time, and he fought it on appeal.
Okay, and then that's when he came out as from Cassius Clay to Muhammad Ali.
No, he was Muhammad Ali in 1960 after he fought Sonny Liston.
Why did I think in prison? He went in prison, then turned Muslim, and then came out of prison, and that's when he wasn't Cassius Clay.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't go to prison. He never went to prison.
Oh, okay, so how wrong was I? See, how wrong was I? Anyway, Wilder, you're still not Muhammad Ali, whether he went prison or not.
Yeah. So what about when that incident happened with George Floyd? And we had like loads of sports people come out and like I say, all this kind of stuff. And then Wilder, he did that poem, which is a pretty good poem, by the way. I think that's what Wilder did do very well.
His ghostwriter.
He kept saying,
that was Malcolm X.
To this day, wearing a to this day hoodie on, was he selling merchandise? Was he profiting?
It was an infomercial.
Hang on, it was Malcolm X. Sorry, Malcolm X went. Yeah. Lisa just had to cut through. It was Malcolm X that went in prison and then came out as Malcolm X, didn't he? Sorry. All right, back to... So that was an infomercial, as we know. because when George Floyd died, Wilder didn't come out with that poem until about 7 days after. He's so down for black issues that when George Floyd died, he said nothing and came out in a puff of smoke in his Alabama compound and said that trash poem, like he always says, trash poem, and then disappeared like Jafar again into his lamp and disappeared. He didn't do one walk, one march, nothing. Didn't even make a T-shirt to say, like, you know, to this day we'll fight for George Floyd. To this day, like nothing. Like he just did it to this day. It was an infomercial. That's why I have no respect for him. And when people compare him to the great Muhammad Ali, it just makes me want to projectile vomit on them.
There's somebody else on the chat. Who's that? There's somebody else on the panel.
Oh yeah, there is. The whole time, mate, you was here, innit? Let me take. Who is this? Haifa, Jenna. What's your name?
One. I just been sitting in the background, kind of let y'all get your stuff off.
Apologies.
You sound like someone I know. Is this a different account?
Yeah, we hear you.
We can hear you.
No. This is the first time I've been up there. I was sitting back letting y'all get your stuff off.
Rap Stars yesterday, weren't you? You was on Rap Stars, weren't you?
Nah, I wasn't. This is my first time coming up here.
Okay, what do you want to say? Welcome, by the way. What do you want to say? Mi hermano. Habla
yeah, thanks for letting me hop on real quick.
This is HLD.
Look, because I'm American also.
Okay, HLD.
Huh?
This is HLD, right?
No?
Isn't this HLD?
But look, I'm American also, so I know. No, I'm not HLD.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
All right. But look, I'm American also, so I can relate to everything that Malachi was saying, because this whole like racial politics stuff, this is all race baiting. And I'm gonna tell y'all, okay, what's up?
And you're Latino as well, right?
No, I'm black.
Yeah, you can still be black and Latino.
All right, but what I was saying is.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying I'm not Latino. But what I'm saying is, everything Malachi is saying is like, we just gotta accept that's the truth. This is all race baiting, because look, this Mayweather McGregor fight, I'm gonna just use that as an example. I'm gonna keep it boxing. Mayweather, he used the whole race card. Oh, he said McGregor was racist in the press buildup. As soon as they got done with the presser, they was back in the lobby shaking hands. This Wilder fight, after he get done fighting.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't see the build up of that.
Yeah,
so after he was racist, but I'm not saying he didn't. What did he say about McGregor?
and you seen after the fight? Well, he said that McGregor is a racist. And as soon as they got done off the stage after one of the press conferences, they was in the hotel lobby hanging together. So why would you hang out with somebody that's really racist?
Yeah, exactly. She should have got sued for that.
So I'm telling you, the same thing is about to happen with this Wilder. I promise you, Wilder and Fury, Wilder is gonna go over there and hug Fury again. So he about to use all these racist narratives to go over there and hug that man after the fight. So this is what Malachi is saying, and I'm saying also. Yeah. It's real racist issues that's going on. So don't be using that stuff just to benefit and promote a fight in boxing, because it's wrong.
Yeah, I agree.
In UK, y'all got something called Speaker's Corner, if y'all familiar with that. That's what they do.
Don't go in there. We don't go, but yeah.
Yeah.
People from London don't really go, but yeah.
Last year we had something out here. Called NFAC. This was basically dudes just dressing in costumes talking about they was gonna go, black militia and all that. Basically walking around in costumes.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
This is nothing but just race baiting. These are people that's taking advantage.
I remember. They went up to
all that fake shit.
One of the politicians' houses or someone, and told everyone to come out and fight them now that they had their guns. I remember that. Yeah, and they was all like in militia, military stuff. Yeah, black, like the Black Panther type of vibe. Yeah, I know. Like, but what we're saying is, but black is black everywhere, isn't it? Like, at the end of the day, we get accused with people from that other side, like, you know, the alphabet side, that black Brits, we're not really black. Like, they just tried to make everything divisive. Like, we're not really black. We wasn't really slaves. We decided to come here and just chill out as slaves. Like, not some of us just didn't get dropped off everywhere. I don't know. This is what was told to me by someone from the alphabet channels.
That's true. That's ignorant Black Americans that don't know their history. You got to remember, Shan, most Americans, Black Americans, they don't even have passports, so they don't really see America. They don't see the world outside of America.
This is what I've realized.
So they don't, you know, that's true. That's ignorant Black Americans running with that narrative. And yeah, you didn't have some people from the LDBC run with that narrative. Oh, it ain't no blacks over there. Like, come on, man, that's ignorant.
I'm here as day, as you can see me. I'm here. I do remember that unanimous opinion. McGregor called him a boy and told him to shine his shoes. He did. Do you remember that? See, everything's in context. You remember?
Right. I remember that. But why was Floyd Mayweather hugging up with him after the fight?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, let's take that off. It's true. Why did he? If he felt so offended, why is he his friend after the fight? That's just like
he made him a lot of money. I think Floyd Maywever friends with money. You can be racist if you can make Floyd money.
Wilder dissed Gypsies. Tyson Fury said, "I'll never fight him again." And then 2-2. So here we are. Here we are. They're all frauds. Don't you get it? They're all frauds. They're clowns. Go on. Anyway, go on.
Well, that's when I had.
Go ahead, brother. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's when I had to just, you know, fall back from Wilder, because I've been to Wilder's fights before. I've, you know, bought pay-per-views, but, you know, after this whole race stuff, I had to fall back from him. I did a complete 180. I don't support him no more.
How much was the ticket to a Wilder fight?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, Lee.
So I was asking him, how much are the tickets for a Wilder fight?
$2.50.
The last one I went to, let's say about like £1,200.
Wow!
Holy crap!
That's ridiculous. That's why he never sells out any venues.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, that's why he doesn't sell out any venues. Put it down to his marquee value. $250.
Right. Well, let me ask the two American gentlemen here. So, if Wilder loses to Fury again, do you think that PBC will make Wilder versus Ruiz pay-per-view?
Yeah.
I mean, that's some dumb stuff they're trying to do, but you know, I don't see why. Go ahead, Malachi. My bad.
If Wilder loses, I don't even know if Wilder will fight again. But if he would fight again, you got to look at it. He's made his most money in his entire career fighting Tyson Fury, and I think Tyson Fury's made his most money fighting Wilder, if I'm not mistaken, from just a pure boxing standpoint. So Wilder and Fury are good business at the end of the day. Regardless of the racial element or whatever, they love each other. You see what I'm saying? Wilder loves Fury regardless of what his fans think, and vice versa. So I think if Wilder loses to Fury, he's not going to make the same amount of money that he would make fighting Andy Ruiz, that he would make fighting Tyson Fury, or even Anthony Joshua. So, but I don't know. It depends. If his diehard fans, they may buy the fight. I don't know. I mean, to be honest with you, Sporting Icons, I really don't know. They may buy it. And
we checked it. We checked the seats of Fury Wilder, and we checked of if the UK can travel to the US. We actually can. It just has to have certain restrictions, but we can actually travel. And there's a lot of sold out seats, but now that I've realised there's UK travel, it's probably a lot of Tyson Fury fans that have bought majority of them seats.
No, what they do is with the tickets, ticket,
yeah,
it's like that. So they do it here as well, which is they'll only sell section at a time. So the rest of it looks like it's all out. And then once one section fills out, then they release another one, then another one. Because if you notice with like some Wilder fights, and the fella here who's been to the shows, he would have seen the Wilder fights, but they actually pull a black curtain around the top to cover a lot of the seats at the back to make it look like the arena's full.
Full, yeah. Well, they're always full up in the comments. If they was all these Wilder supporters, if they filled the seats as much as they filled our comments, it would be sold out every single time, wouldn't it? Hi, Lise.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Lisa.
Hey.
Hey, everybody.
My US sister.
Yeah. Good. It's just it's like 100 degrees. It's hot today.
I understand why.
Yeah, it's hot.
It's a lot of money to go and watch a fight.
Why is it? Yeah, guys, my US compadres. Why is it so much? Because I checked, the lowest ticket is $450. Why is it so much money to watch Deontay Wilder fight Tyson Fury for the And before that, Deontay Wilder tickets were never $450. He's only did one. Who was his first pay-per-view? Is it Tyson Fury? Is his first pay-per-view? Ortiz was a pay-per-view. And how much was the ticket? Why is his ticket prices so much?
Because it's the biggest fight, probably. I don't know.
Don't forget, also, what they do is they start with like the high prices, and as the fight that gets
I had tickets for that fight. His first pay-per-view was the first Fury fight.
Oh, was it? Okay.
It was, yeah. And how much was the ticket starting from?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah. I never been to one of Wilder's fights, so I don't know what the...
I can't remember the exact what they starting from, but I mean, once again, even those tickets, they all over £1,000. Like, if you want good tickets, you'll be paying over £1,000 for good seats.
Oh my god!
I wouldn't be. I wouldn't even go for free.
Well, a lot of people did, because there's somebody I know who went to this second Wilder fight for a Fury, and they're actually giving away tickets, not just like a giving away at the door, but they're using some company. You American guys will probably know more about it than I would. It's called like Ticket Mania or something, where they hire people to come in and sit in empty seats.
Yeah. Who did that? 50 Cent did that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he did that.
They said they made 17 million from the gate.
No, they have.
Like they was high demand for the tickets.
Yeah. Remember, this is old Fossil Aram, though.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I don't know what to believe and not to believe in boxing.
I checked it. I checked it. What's Floyd saying? I checked it. I saw each section. The ones that looked more sold out is the cheap tickets.
They paid people to go to watch that fight. I think that second fight was decent.
No, but it was more to put on. It was more to put on.
Yeah.
And Chan, you notice the first several rows in these fights and any, just a concert, it's always usually media people.
Yeah, you got the press pit and round the ring, a lot of it's bought out for press to get the great shots. Yeah, as well. But I just don't understand because when they say, oh, Anthony, when I tell them Anthony Joshua sells out every place that he's booked in, they say that's because his tickets are cheaper. Well, then, they are. But so why don't Wilder take the blueprint of that? And if you want everyone to go to your thing and sell it out, so you can have that with your stats, at least have a real stat in your stat book. And then you could say you sell out arenas as well, or not stadiums. Let's not go that far, shall we? But you can't do the Barclays. So I don't know. Good on you, T-Mobile.
Well, see, the U.S. is totally. They have a whole different. It's totally different. You know what I mean?
Why is it different? Because we have stadiums and big, a lot of money arenas and stadiums as well, where they're going to fight Joshua and Usyk. They're fighting in the brand new Tottenham Spurs thing, and that's plush.
Yeah, I wouldn't know because I'm not in that field, or I don't know why it's like that. But
wouldn't you think?
Look at pay-per-views. Sorry, look at pay-per-view prices. Here, you're looking at a pay-per-view for a Joshua fight. It's now £25.
And we're moaning.
You're talking, $85? Sometimes $100 for a damn pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Whereas in America, they tend to focus on the main event. The undercard is just filler. Whereas here, we put focus on the undercard as well.
Yeah.
Unless it's a Denis Chisora pay-per-view.
Oh, let's not go there.
Well,
Trigger word for Leon. Trigger name. Trigger alert. Yeah, that triggers. I don't know. I just would have thought that just doing due diligence, just put down the Wilder ticket
price.
A bit more feasible price. That's all. Then he would sell out. That's what I think. But if Ariola and Andy Ruiz was going for $50, definitely Wilder fighting Ruiz would be pay-per-view as well. I'm sure of it. Would it not?
Well, it's all about supply and demand. I always got to speak to the queen. It's all about supply and demand. If Wilder had a bigger, if he was in demand, he would be able to sell out regardless of what. Because we've seen fighters in the past, American fighters, sell out venues. You know what I mean? So of course, Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather. Of course, you always got to have the right dance partner, of course, but. Yet still, Wilder, if he's as big as he still should be able to sell out venues.
That's what I would have thought. That's exactly what I would have thought. And what would be the ratio in this fight that it would be Fury fans more than Wilder fans in this one, filling the seats? Because we travel far afield. We go anywhere.
It would be the same again. I think it'll be the same again. I think it will be almost like a Fury fight at home. I think that fight was like a home fight for Fury. I know he takes the credit for taking the dangerous fights away from home, but the second Wilder fight, that was more like a home fight for him. That would have felt more hostile for Deontay Wilder.
Lisa, you don't think the fight will do well? Do you think that fight will sell out? The third fight?
Yeah, I think it'll sell out. Yeah, it's a lot of. I think it's a lot of people talking about it, and
But I checked.
It's
4,500.
It's a heavyweight fight. Anticipated fight that people's been talking about, and it has a storyline. With the glove gate, and it's a lot of drama, and so it should do well.
But there's 4,500 seats left.
In a 40,000 seat stadium, they've sold 35,000 seats.
They've sold 35. Right. You'd have thought it'd been sold out by now, nearly 3 weeks.
Vegas. Well, it's Vegas. They're gonna, they're gonna milk that in Vegas.
Well,
plus, we haven't had any big events. We haven't had any real big events lately because of the pandemic, and they're gonna milk that.
Yeah. So why is there still 4,500 seats left?
I don't know. I can't answer that.
That's what I'm saying. You'd have thought it was sold out.
In Vegas, though, Shan. They've done double the tickets. They're in a bigger stadium now.
No, they're in a smaller. I think it's smaller from All Giants.
The last fight only held 17,000.
I thought the original day was going to do it in All Giants, which was 60,
but they're gonna milk this. They're gonna milk this financially. You know what I'm trying to say? The promoters, everybody involved is gonna raise the prices or whatever. They're gonna milk it.
I mean, I think this fight is going to do well. I think it's going to sell out. I mean, Bob Arum, I think it's going to sell out. People are going to come out to see Wilder and Fury. Fury has his own fan base that's going to come. Wilder's going to have his fan base. I think it's going to do pretty well. Again, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, they are good business to each other. You know what I mean? Like, Wilder's making the most money he's ever made fighting Fury and vice versa. Yeah.
One thing you Americans have to do, you need a response to Sweet Caroline. That just destroys your fights, man. When the English fans are singing Sweet Caroline, you need someone
who's in the building.
No, he's saying American Pie, I think.
No, he sings both. We have Sweet Caroline as the walk-in, and then he sings American Pie after he's won. You need a response, man. You can't have us singing Sweet Caroline and you not have anything back, because it just puts your fights at a disadvantage.
They gonna boo him. Watch if you do that. Yeah, I mean, it depends. It depends, because he may have a big fan base coming. You never know. Are you guys allowed to fly out now?
I checked. Yeah, we seem to be able to go. We seem to be
okay.
You know what, Lisa? You know what? It's something Shan told me, and I really thought about it. I'm like, man, she might have a point. that what if Wilder and Fury planned this whole thing? You know, they could be having dinner right now with each other right now. We don't even know about it. And it's just just a dog and pony show to get us riled up. When actually, Fury and Wilder are really good. You know, they made a lot of money together, so it's really just, you know what I mean?
It's cost effective for them.
Yeah.
It puts them in the but if Fury wins, then at least he gets to fight AJ for undisputed. So AJ's still willing to take the fight. AJ's still willing to take the fight. He said.
Yeah.
I think Fury would rather fight Wilder again before he fights Joshua.
They both fight each other again before they fight Joshua.
I think the winner should be ordered to fight Dillian White.
Yeah, to be fair.
Whatever happens,
they
do not like Dillian White, and they couldn't wait to strip him of his mandatory, and they inserted Tyson Fury as a mandatory when he fought the rematch with Deontay Wilder to push it back. So they've got no need. Then Dillian White lost. They're not even considering calling a mandatory. They're just going to sit, and they know Dillian White doesn't sit it out and wait, so they know he fights. I think they're just waiting for him to lose again, so they can tumble him down the order and never have to worry about him being a mandatory again. For some reason, I
feel bad for Dillian White.
WBC are not interested in Dillian White.
Yeah, I feel bad for Dillian White. It's like, wow.
Yeah, I feel bad for White.
I mean, the WBC has favorites. You know, we know that. So
the first Povetkin fight, the WBC released a promo on Instagram about all their champions, and they never met. And I said to them, "Why haven't you mentioned Dillian White as your interim champion?" And the lady that runs their WBC thing, she replied to me saying that we can't because there's a legal situation. So that made me think that Dillian White had actually sent maybe some kind of legal letter to the WBC about the mandatory. She never went into detail. All she said was, we can't because there's a legal situation. And then obviously when he lost, you know, because that's the kind of card, for you to play that card, you have to win. And then he would have been able to force his mandatory. Now he's lost and he's lost that position. They're going to punish him, aren't they, if he did take them to court?
Yeah.
Well, I think he's got a long way. I think he'll have a long wait before they order him as the mandatory. And the way Mauricio Sidham is talking, they're not obliged to order him as the mandatory, even though he's the interim champion, because they wasn't obliged to order him as the mandatory, even though he was number one contender. So they're not obliged to actually do anything. Yeah, they're covered in all their codes and all their edicts and all their rules. They're covered to do anything they want.
WBC and WBA, they're frauds.
Can you imagine if we get Wilder versus Usyk for undisputed?
Who would you have winning? Usyk.
Yeah, Usyk on points, I think.
Yeah.
Wilder needs to hit his opponent clean to knock them out, and Usyk doesn't really get hit clean, does he?
Not really, no. Not really. He just dance around.
No, I would pick Wilder.
Would you pick Wilder?
You think he'll catch him?
Yeah, if you catch him, it's like out to me. And like, I don't know how strong Usyk's beard is. I'm not sure.
Well, he caught a couple flush ones from Chisora and didn't go down. So fair play to him on that. He just moved out the way after he caught a couple. He's like, nope, don't want no more of that. Usyk's an Olympian, so golden Olympian, may I add. So I don't know. I think he could outbox Wilder, but if Wilder does catch him flush, then maybe Usyk does go to sleep. But like I said, it's always the level power subjective on your level of opponent. Tyson Fury got up. He got up, mate. So at the end of the day, it's not everybody goes to sleep.
Well, we do have to give Wilder credit. He did get up as well. Same thing with Joshua. They weren't able to be kept down.
Yeah, but Joshua got put down, got up and won. Wilder didn't.
No, I'm talking about when he lost to Ruiz. He never lost on his back. He was on his feet when he lost.
But he lost nonetheless. He lost nonetheless. But I mean,
we're talking about the resilience, aren't we? About Fury that he gets up. I was saying Wilder gets up. We have to include Wilder and Joshua in that as getting up, because neither of them have ever finished a fight losing. completely on their back, and Fury's never lost.
Yeah, true. Point taken. I just can't stand the both of them anyway, so that's just my stance on it. I can't stand the both of them at all. And then we've got Joe Joyce and Takam the same day as well. So it's a full day, isn't it?
I think it will be a good fight, though. I do think Wilder Fury 3 will be a good fight.
Yeah, it's going to be a good fight. We didn't want it, but we accept that it's here. It's going to be a good fight to watch. And I don't want any excuses on any side.
I can imagine whatever happens, there's going to be more excuses because they're going to try and build a fourth one. Whether whoever wins or loses, there's going to be a load of excuses. There's going to be something going on. There's going to be some story, some controversy.
And then we'll get a quadrilogy. Oh, God.
I think they would happily fight each other and never fight Joshua. Well, I don't think they're scared of losing to him. I think it's the fault of if he does, you know that there's a chance, and if he does, I don't think they could bear actually him being undisputed. I don't think they could bear it.
I think they know they'd lose, so they don't want to.
I do think they beat him. I do think they both think they can beat him. I do. I do think Fury thinks he beats him.
Yeah, I've more believed that it's a harder fight, Fury and AJ, than AJ and Wilder, in my opinion.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I was listening to an interview with Wilder, and Wilder was saying, I forgot who it was, but he was saying that they asked him a question about Anthony Joshua, and he said, "I hear that he said that I hear that they are already making excuses." And when I heard that, I bust out laughing because it's amazing that he used that word excuses, right? I found that very intriguing.
Yeah.
You all people are talking about you hear that Anthony Joshua's team is already making excuses when that word excuses. That's all I'm saying, that word excuses.
because the IBF are getting into position to put a Mando for AJ as well, straight.
No. That's not even what I'm saying.
But that's what Wilder was saying. He said they'll make excuses because he'll say that he'll have Mandos. Yeah, Wilder, he does have Mandos because he's a multi-belt champ. Something that you know nothing of, nor does Tyson Fury.
No, but what I'm saying, Sharon, is I'm hearing they already making excuses when you made a million excuses.
Yeah, I know.
So okay, let's say Joshua does make excuses for argument's sake. At which point did you get upset about excuses when you had a problem with the word excuses when you have made a million since you've lost your fight to Fury? That's what I was getting at.
Contradictions are many. Yeah.
The contradiction.
Yeah.
The double standard, just all of this stuff,
So can I get you guys' I'm gonna do a grand prediction live stream a couple of days before this fight. But could we just get everyone's prediction on Fury, Wilder, and Takam and Joyce, please? Let's start with Leon first.
Controversial. I think Wilder beats Fury. I think that it's either, as like you says, it's all staged and they're setting this up for a fourth and maybe a fifth fight, or there's a combination of complete complacency with Tyson Fury, thinking he can beat him anytime, twice on Sunday, one outside behind his back, and in all this time, Wilder has actually been, for once, listening to a trainer, and he's had enough time to focus on his fundamentals. And everything went wrong for him in the second fight, and it can't all go wrong for him again.
Well, it can.
I just think there's a chance. Well, yeah, it can. I just think there's a chance it happens. And I see Joyce being too much for Takam.
Yeah.
Overpowering him, just avoiding his heavy punches, steaming forward into him, and just overpowering him eventually. I think he stops him late, maybe 10 or 11.
Yeah.
I think Wilder stops Fury.
Okie dokes. Malachi?
Yeah, I'm staying consistent. I got Fury stopping Wilder about the 9th or 10th round. I think Wilder's going to come out bombs away. He's going to be on fire in the beginning. I think he's going to wear down. I don't think Tyson Fury is going to be overconfident. Tyson Fury understands that Wilder is going to be 10 times better. I think that Tyson Fury is going to be 10 times better in this fight. I think that Tyson Fury is going to be professional enough to understand that, hey, listen, I have an opportunity of a lifetime. Forget to fight for undisputed, but I'm not even going to bring that up. He has a point to prove in this particular fight because, he's allegedly supposed to be racist. He's supposed to have been cheated. He paid boxing officials off to cheat for him on his behalf against an American heavyweight champion. He paid Mark Brennan to spike the water. All of those things. I think he's going to just come out. He's going to be ready. And plus, I trust Sugar Hill. I understand that the Crunk style is a hell of a style. Sugar Hill is going to train him. He's going to be ready. And so that's why I have that. As related to Joe Joyce and Takam, I don't know. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't know a whole lot about Joe Joyce or Takam. So I guess that's a pick 'em fight, to be honest with you.
Okay. Have a look at a couple of their fights, and then you can holler at me and let me know what you think by the time we get to the prediction show, and then you'll be more versed on it.
Okay.
It's a tough one. Sporting.
Joe Joyce beats Takam easily, one-sided points. And while in some ways it would be kind of calmer that Wilder knocks out Fury, I don't know. I think that Fury's going to beat Wilder on points.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. HYPHY, Jenna. HY. You're on mute. I don't think you can hear us. Lisa?
Yeah, he's on mute.
What's the question? Who? Fury and Wilder, right?
Fury, Wilder, Takam, and Joyce.
I'm not sure yet with Fury and Wilder. I'm not really sure yet. I really am not sure. I could say Fury based on the past performance, but I don't know what Wilder is coming out with the train. You know what I mean? I'm not sure yet. I would have to do a little bit more film. So I don't know.
Yeah. And Takam, Joyce?
I got Joyce on that. I just think he's too big and strong. Takam is a warrior, though. Don't get me wrong. He's a good fighter. And he's a good inside fighter as well. Yeah. Like somebody said in the comment section, if he bangs to the body, that could pose a problem. He would definitely have to get inside and fight. Joyce is just a big unit.
Yeah.
It's hard to see Takam because he's one of the few people that's lost to Chisora.
Yeah.
It's difficult because generally decent fighters tend to find a way to beat Chisora. And it's just unfortunate that Takam got caught with that punch where he was dominating him in the fight and got knocked.
Yeah.
But he was dominating him.
Yeah. I'm thinking Wilder, Fury. I've got Fury probably by round 6. KO for Wilder or stoppage. But nobody please throw in a towel. If he wants to go out on his shield, let him go. But yeah, I think there'll be a stoppage by about round 6.
Now I got a question in the chat. He said, "What? Joshua froze out Fury and Wilder? How? I don't see how he froze them out."
We're not even gonna entertain that. We're just another day of these.
Oh, okay.
These the fanboy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just a fanboy saying that now. Just coming from no substance or nothing. Drop us out, mate. Go to another stream. We're nearly done here. And I think, so I've got Fury winning 5-6 rounds, probably 6 rounds. And I've got I love Takam. Takam, I love you. I wouldn't mind. I would love Takam to win because he trains so hard and he's dedicated to the sport. Not saying that Joyce isn't, but it would be nice for Takam to win, but I don't think he's going to win. I don't think it's going to go to points. I think Takam will be a late round stoppage as well, 10 or 11 round. And that's where I am at. The other guys dropped out. That's all I wanted to cover today, guys. I thank you all so much for being a part of the panel. Sporting, Queen Bales, Fight Fan Figures, Coach Malachi Williams, HTTP, and everybody in the chat.
It's been an absolute pleasure. It's been an absolute pleasure.
All day, every day. So stand by. We'll be rescheduling the reschedule of Paulie Malignaggi. It will be coming. I'll get Paulie on first. So he's definitely here by the time I go live. But I've been speaking to him and it's all good. Just some miscommunications leads to complications. You know what Lauren Hill said. So so stand by for that. Keep posted on my community tab. And tomorrow, hopefully everybody, please go and subscribe to Sporting Icons. If you haven't already, please go and subscribe to Coach Malachi Williams, which is New Media Today USA. Have I said it the right way round, Malachi? Because I always sometimes say it the wrong way round.
Yes, New Media Today USA Boxing.
Tell them when you're on.
Yeah, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'm on from Sunday to Friday. I'm off on Saturdays. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, Sunday through Friday, 3 o'clock, and
that's 8 p.m. our time, guys. By the way, UK time.
PM.
Yeah, 8 p.m. time. Yeah.
And you're more than welcome to come on, and for everybody who says I'm a coon, please come on and show me how I can uncoon myself and get on cold. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm going to come on tomorrow because I want to see if I'm a coon, because he didn't ask if I was one. So maybe if I'm on a US panel, then I become a coon by default over there. Here I'm not a coon, but in America I am. So let's see if that rhetoric works. I'll be joining you tomorrow for show, and with Shelton as well. Queen Lisa Bales, always a pleasure to have you. Fight Fan Figures.
Thanks for having me.
Guys, I've really enjoyed this panel today.
Sporting, you have to check out his commentaries. He's out in these YouTube streets and he's out on these YouTube panels, and it's a pleasure always to have you. Sporting, always a pleasure.
Thank you very much for having me.
My UK hermano, my UK brother, because here we don't do the race baiting things. We're all brothers and sisters here, Exactly. So
right, salute everybody.
Yes. So guys, I'm gone. Hey girl, it's Lady Shan Rep, none less. Come box with Shan. Gone. Rah.